This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Okay, turn your radio up.
Good morning, gentle freaks.
Who are you calling a freak?
You and your whole freak show. You're a freak.
Freak. Well, that definitely is clarifying.
What a freak.
Freaky.
I'll tell you what's freaky.
Freaky Hump Day.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
We're trying something new. The grassroots viral campaign.
Now your freak flag's flying. Let the freak out begin.
Showtime.
Time to wake up.
Wake up time.
Jill!
Wow, you are so not a morning person.
Get out.
You need to cheer up.
How do you suggest I do that?
There's nothing funnier than morning radio.
Where would I find that? On the radio?
It's on right now.
All right, not a morning person.
A little slow on the uptake.
Can we start soon?
Let's get this show on the road.
It's showtime.
From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas, it's time for the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Yeah!
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. And welcome to the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Thank you for joining us today. It is Wednesday. We got some big announcements to make. We got a new concert to announce. We'll do that coming up in just a little bit. We're going to have KLAQ Haunted House tickets to give away. It opens back up tomorrow and is open Thursday through Sunday. Extended hours on Friday and Saturday, 7 to midnight, 7 to 10 Thursday and Sunday. Good morning, Joanna Barba.
Oh, good morning.
And good morning, Alberto VO5.
Good morning.
So,
Yes, what?
when I texted you guys, I was like, are you watching the debate? And Joanna texts back, I'm watching that show about the sheriff who ran off with the prisoner.
Oh, my God. It is crazy.
Really?
It is, yeah. I like how you sent back a rolling eye emoji.
That's very modern.
Buzz and Nico over there talking about the debate, and I'm over here learning about Vicky and Casey White.
So here was the thing about the vice presidential debate last night. It's like the first debate that's normal since since Obama and Mitt Romney. Like where people are respectful and don't say insane things. It was substantive, informative, even-keeled. I know. Boring.
Right. That is what I'm hearing from everywhere, that it was just so refreshing to see such a calm debate.
I just want to know what the deal is that J.D. Vance struck with Trump. And I wonder if he realizes eventually Trump will throw him under the bus like he did Mike Pence.
At one point, I think J.D. Vance is we're all going to see that look in his eye when it happens, like, what just happened?
Or is J.D. Vance so sure that Trump will be convicted and sentenced to prison during his term as president that he sees that as, then I'll be president?
Perhaps.
There's so many questions. But J.D. Vance made the kind of arguments that Republicans should have been making all along. Things that make you go, oh, okay. So they agree that climate change isn't a hoax, but there might be a different way to go about policy on that.
Oh,
yeah,
look at that.
No. They've just, it's been like second grade. Like a fight on the playground for the past 8 years. 9 years it's been like this, and this was really refreshing. J.D. Vance as president, I think would be fine, other than the toadying and kowtowing. That's the one thing that I would never be able to swallow, but maybe he's got it all planned out.
Maybe, you're right.
Vance won the debate, by the way. Tim Walz
I did hear that it was a bit not good for Walz.
Tim Walz looked like the really nervous minion. I don't know what his name is, but the one.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, why haven't they, like, this man has not been able to do these type of debates in the public eye. Why weren't they training him for this?
Well, he only had, a few weeks to get it done, but he was clearly outmatched by J.D. Vance, who's a great debater. He's a master at debate.
Oh, a master debater.
He's a master debater. And I'm not implying anything about a couch here, okay? But he obviously he was the superior debater, and there were times where I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot, that conservatives have other ideas other than
crowd size.
Right. The crowd size.
Golf game.
My crowd is so big.
I would give you 10 strokes aside. Like that had become so normalized. It was almost jarring to see two people up there actually talking about issues. There were a couple of moments.
You're like, oh, wow, this is what debates are supposed to be like.
Yeah, that's what they used to be like. That's what all of them used to be like. The people would, and then afterwards, I wouldn't be surprised if the two vice presidential candidates and their wives got together over dinner or something. I mean, it was that cordial.
Wow.
It was a really bizarre thing, but that used to be 100% the norm until, Trumple thin skin. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning, Buzz.
Joanna, I got to tell you about the weather today. I didn't do a weather yesterday.
You did not. So when I went outside
and
after
it was
work,
super windy?
Yeah,
Holy
I was like,
crow.
what the hell? Buzz didn't tell me this.
Well, I didn't even do the weather yesterday.
That's right.
Like I didn't get around to it, but let's mention that because it was windy and dusty. There was dirt in the air yesterday. I let you down, folks. I apologize. I'm kind of a knucklehead. That's another thing Tim Walz said. It's like, wait a minute.
I did hear clips where he's like, I'm not a knucklehead.
I'm a knucklehead sometimes. It's like, wait a minute. We're talking about why you lied about being in China during the Tiananmen Square.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm a knucklehead sometimes. That just doesn't cut it at this level. But it's probably really honest. Sunny today, 88 for the high temperature. We're not going to see those high winds. Not until Friday. We are looking at some pretty stiff winds on Friday. For Thursday, it's going to be sunny, 92 for the high temperature, but it's not going to really get above the low 90s here for the next several days. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll have a 100-degree day before Halloween. Friday, sunny, 91 for the high temperature. Yeah, winds are going to be up between 15 and 20 miles an hour. But those, I don't know how to measure wind, but they it really kicked up a lot of dirt yesterday. It was kind of scary driving around. And that is the golfer's forecast. Is brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up your tee times and reservations online at painteddunes.com. That's painteddunes.com. Or call the Pro Shop. Their number is 915-821-2122 for Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. Well, Alberto, it's good to see you. It's been since, when did you fill in last time? Friday?
I think last Friday or Thursday. Yes,
right.
It's good to see you, Buzz. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, you were here when Stephanie Valle came in.
Yes,
So
that was last time I
guess
was
that
here.
was Thursday. Were you like starstruck?
Yes.
Right, because you started.
Had you met her before?
Actually, one of the first times I produced, she came on.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
He
Talked about the Borderland Crimes podcast.
Alberto comes in and he just starts like he's like words are
Like a
coming out of his
cartoon.
mouth, but they're not making a hamana.
Stephanie's just like real nice, like, oh, okay.
Really? Like when Courage and the Cowardly Dog gets really scared and he's trying to talk.
I don't.
That was Stephanie.
And she was just like, uh-huh.
So
I'm sorry,
anyway,
by the
we're
way.
now down to one haunted house. They're not going to have the one on Joe Battle, but they are going to have the haunted house at 13900 Montana Boulevard.
All right.
Starting tomorrow through Sunday, and that's going to be the schedule here for the first part of October anyway. But I don't know the story, but the Joe Battle location, they're not going to have it.
Good.
Well,
I mean, not good, but I mean, I think it's great that we're just going to have one haunted house to focus on.
Focus all of your talents on the one thing.
Right.
Unspooking people at one location.
Tickets, you can get those at the door. Also, you could buy the upgrade Fast Pass from through Right Drive. The KLAQ Haunted House of Terror is brought to you by Western Tech, Burnout Bullies, Raisin Cane's Chicken Fingers, and War Eagles. Proudly produced and managed by Desert Warriors Paintball. Halloween Parade, we're going to be talking about that before too many days.
So, oh my God, we're already in October, Buzz. Has your costume come in, by the way?
No.
Wow.
It said it was going to be here by
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Have
I
you
guess today's
checked?
Wednesday.
Oh, today's Wednesday.
I forgot where I have it set up.
You're
If
going to
it's
have to
set
order one now for Alberto so he can be up on the float with us.
Alberto could just wear a T-shirt. I've spent enough.
A long tee.
When are we going to reveal what our costume is?
Whenever you want, buddy.
So I've got a little bit of reaction. There are a lot of people who are not familiar with this movie at all, but it was a great Ari Aster movie with Florence Pugh called Midsummer. And I'm the guy inside the bearskin. And Joanna is Florence Pugh.
I am your May Queen.
Yeah. So that's our deal. I love Midsummer. I think it's a great
too.
movie. It's very unsettling, Alberto.
And every time I watch it over again, I find something new.
Something new about it, right?
Yes.
Are you going to wear a bear suit?
Alberto, I'll show you in commercial breaks like how
you
it
get a
looks
look at
and
it.
stuff.
All right. Got Today in Sound Clips on the way here in just a few minutes. Nico says he's coming in, so I don't know, 15, 20 minutes probably till Nico gets here, I guess.
The Daily Calendar. Hey, today is October 2nd. It's the start of the spooky season. Lucky for you, it's also Guardian Angel Day. It's National Have
Coffee with a Cop Day.
Officer. Hang out, have some coffee.
Go on some steakhouse.
Can you fix this ticket? And today celebrates fried scallops, roasted pumpkin seeds, and kale. Plus, every year on October 2nd, it's Name Your Car Day. So name that whip. Mine's Martha Moneysock. She knows what she did. And
That's your daily calendar.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Led Zeppelin to Soundgarden.
Is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Local and loco.
Don't you know I'm loco?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show. 95.5 KLAQ.
We're going to get to Today in Sound Clips here in just a moment. Good morning, Nico, Jimmy.
What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, Nico has entered the arena.
Do you know we sent out some of those to the guy who does our stuff?
And he couldn't say Nico's name right.
We forgot to tell him how to pronounce a Jimian.
A Jamian, I think.
So
is
he
what
kept,
was saying.
he sent like 2 different ones, and both of them were not a Jimian.
Dude, I was driving on...
What is wrong with your face?
Did you see his haircut and that stash?
And he looks like Brendan Fraser from Bedazzled. Like when
Oh my God, when he does the
he gets the wish
Spanish
to become
guy?
Mexican, or
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you guys.
Hola, me
I
llamo
mean,
Pedro.
if anything, it's a compliment, Brendan.
¿Dónde
Take your
está
time.
la biblioteca? Tengo un
Yeah,
gato en mis pantalones.
He's all like, yo no hablo español. Sí, hablo español.
Sí, hablo español.
Sí, todos los empleados deben lavarse las manos antes de regresar a su trabajo.
You look like you're trying to start a new identity somewhere else.
I think I kind of look like...
You know what I told him? I'm like, you look like you're about to star in season 3 of Narcos.
Well, I think I do kind of look like Pedro Pascal. All right, so there it is.
Alberto thinks he looks good.
Yeah.
You'll suck up in the beginning, but you'll be comfortable saying things at the end later.
Right. He's still being nice.
Yeah.
You know, I have never in my life sported a mustache without a beard. Like I've just never,
I know.
I've never done it. So maybe I'm really gonna let this thing get like a push broom. You know, get a big Ned Flanders stash going on.
You should.
But
No
I'll
hablo
probably
español.
now.
Estoy hablando español.
Yeah.
Did you watch the debate last night, Nico?
I watched a bit of it.
What did you say? You just didn't care
I could care less. Yeah.
about the vice presidents?
Yeah.
Did you hear what I was saying on the way in?
No.
Okay.
No. Again, I could care less about the vice presidents because this is going to be a historic election, and neither one of them is going to influence my vote on who to vote for. And I don't think it's going to actually matter for most people in the end.
They shook hands at the beginning. They actually seemed cordial and friendly. I got to tell you, other than the kowtowing and the toting, which I've talked about before.
Yes.
I could be comfortable with President J.D. Vance. I mean, he acknowledged climate change is real. Donald Trump called it a Chinese hoax, but Vance is like, yeah, it's real, but here's how I think we ought to go. It's the kind of arguments that Republicans should have been making for the last 8 years instead of just spinning their crazy wheels around. But J.D. Vance definitely won the debate last night. Tim Walz, excuse me.
Is that just your opinion?
I mean, it is shared by at least a few people that I've read their opinions online.
Almost none of the editorials I was reading gave like this is a decidedly won debate by this person, that person.
Oh, as a debater, J.D. Vance is much more polished.
But that totally makes sense because I guess there were reports that Tim Walz told Kamala Harris when she picked him as vice president that he said, I'm a terrible debater.
I'm an awful debater. Well, he told the truth because he was not great. Here's one call, and then we're going to get into...
Was that your Tim Walz impression?
No, I don't really do a Tim.
It sounds like you were trying to... He's from where? Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Yeah. You could do that.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Gaffigan played him on the cold open on Saturday Night Live, so I think maybe I'll just do a Jim Gaffigan voice from now on.
What?
Oh, did you watch Dana Carvey showed up to play Biden?
I saw
and
the
it was
clip.
So good. Wasn't it great? My daughter said, there's no way that's not the real Joe Biden. I'm like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I did watch the entire clip of Bowen Yang as
Dang Mook.
Moo Ding. Hilarious.
What's the hip? It's the baby hippo, right?
The baby hippo, yes.
Mukbang. What's his name?
Moo Ding.
Oh. How different was his Joe Biden than his George Bush? Was it that different?
Yeah, it was different. It was great. And now Dana Carvey's, older. He's almost half Joe Biden's age. No, I'm just kidding. God, I wonder if Dana Carvey's 70 years old. Because you remember when Wayne's World came out, Garth looked like a 40-year-old man.
He's probably,
and that was 30 years ago.
He's probably your age.
He is. Oh my gosh.
I'll bet you he's close to 70.
You're right. Yeah, he is 69 years old.
Yeah, he's close to your age.
Shut up.
So almost Buzz's age.
Why don't you go back home and recuperate?
Okay.
No,
Nico's like, yeah, sure.
I gotta lock the door from the inside, or he'd be like, yeah, sounds good to me.
What's up, Mo Show? It's ODG. I was watching the VP debate, and I kept thinking about is that Buzz and Joanna really like J.D. Vance's eyelashes. So I kept looking at his eyelashes the whole time, man. I was like, which made me think J.D. Vance has vampire eyelashes. Joanna and Buzz would probably say J.D. Vance should be a vampire in What We Do in the Shadows.
But
I think y'all talked about this before Nico got there yesterday. But I remember y'all really liking those eyelashes. Okay.
Yeah, it's really like, it makes him look like he has eyeliner.
I saw an article, I didn't read it, but I saw the headline. It was like, J.D. Vance's wife discusses rumors he wears eyeshadow. So,
and the answer?
I don't know if I didn't read the article. I don't think he wears eyeshadow, but somehow he's got like these long Liz Taylor luxuriant eyelashes, almost like what's it you women put on, like fake eyelashes?
Yeah, fake eyelashes.
What's that called?
Falsies.
Falsies. Yeah.
As long as he feels cute.
We've got a lot coming up on the show today. We're going to have tickets to the haunted house. Remember, Joanna, you're going to do Queen of Halloween
that's
trivia.
Right, I forgot.
She'll have that coming up. We've got extra manpower today. Alberto is here. Alberto VO5.
Workshopping the new nickname.
Kaplowitz is going to come by later. We're going to talk about the UTEP Miners going to Mountain West Conference. And we've already got reaction from callers, so we'll get to some of that later.
And now, today in sound clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. Let's get into our sound clips. Yeah.
Larry in our app chat says there's more mustache jokes, but
maybe this mustache is what I've needed to, wow the ladies all along. It's like one thing I've never tried.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the stash that you needed.
Post Malone's mustache looks like two capybaras kissing.
They do, yes.
That's not a
Have
joke on me.
Have you guys ever seen Despicable
No.
Me 2?
I have never seen a Despicable Me.
Well,
you're
for
missing
those
out.
of you out there who've seen Despicable Me 2, Buzz looks like that Mexican restaurant owner.
Yeah, he does. Like two donkeys' tails
I
together.
don't get your millennial references.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
Rescuers race to find survivors from Hurricane Helene as the death toll continues to rise, especially in North Carolina. The question was asked of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas during yesterday's press briefing, what he would tell those who are saying the federal government isn't doing enough to help victims of Helene. Well, on the record, I think it's only Trump that's saying that the federal government somehow isn't doing everything they can.
I guess Fox News hosts have taken cues from him and
Jesse Waters,
right,
Gutfeld,
right.
The usual suspects, right?
The usual suspects.
Okay, yeah, but they're just amplifying what Trump said.
I would say the following, that we are there and we will continue to be there and we will reach the most difficult to access locations. We are relentless in our efforts to ensure the safety and security of all.
But isn't it interesting how just this dude could just lie? Just be like, they're not even there helping. And then everybody's like, wait, are they? Now we're talking about it.
Well, he said the governor of Georgia couldn't get Joe Biden on the phone, and then Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia, came out and said, yeah, no, he's very responsive. Here is Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas explaining the extent of federal efforts to reach people. And keep in mind, there are still like 1.8 million people who don't have electricity. Reach people cut off by Hurricane Helene.
So this is at the president and vice president's direction and all of government effort. So it's not only by land, but we have deployed air assets. The Department of Defense has been of extraordinary assistance. I don't recall exactly the number of Army Corps of Engineers that have been deployed. I think it's close to 6,000. So it's an all of government effort to reach individuals, not just by land, but by air as well.
Turning our attention to the Mideast, Iran sent an unprecedented barrage of almost 200 missiles into Israel. An attack on that scale has not ever happened before. Iran launched missiles into Israel yesterday in an attack it said was retaliation for a wave of assassinations carried out over the last several weeks, targeting Hezbollah. Sirens sounded across the country. Some Israeli citizens were urged to seek shelter in protected areas. The U.S. fired missiles to help Israel defend itself against the missile attack, according to the Pentagon's Major General Pat Ryder. Here is spokesman Major General Pat Ryder. He says the U.S. coordinated closely with Israel's military to defend against the missile attack.
U.S. Navy destroyers deployed to the Middle East region supported the defense of Israel by firing approximately a dozen interceptors against the incoming Iranian missiles.
All right, so none of the U.S. missiles went toward Iran. They went to take out the missiles that Iran was shooting at Israel.
I think it helps if you call them interceptors and not missiles, because the interceptors are...
Yeah.
Interceptor means it's intercepting something, so...
This thing is getting hot, and I think it could get a lot hotter within the next 24, 48 hours, too.
Well, I
mean,
hope that the Israeli war cabinet realized that when they used airplanes to strike down Houthis in Yemen, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and all of the proxies for Iran, that Iran might strike back. You know, Netanyahu has claimed that there will be ultimate retribution for the missile attack, for Iran's missile attack.
Yes.
So it does look like, this could be nothing but escalation.
Turning our attention to other news, these celebrity deaths are just not stopping. John Amos, who played the father in Good Times, passed away in August, but we're only finding out about it now. He played Jane. I'm asking the wrong people. He played J.J. Walker's father on Good Times. John Amos, best known for playing the dad on Good Times, died yesterday of natural causes. He was 84.
He's been so much. I mean, he's pretty much a television icon.
Here is a scene from Good Times.
Mr. Harris.
It's Oscar.
Who is this? Oscar.
These are for you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I just happened to be passing by this florist, and I saw those Japanese tea roses. It reminded me of this afternoon, and I just couldn't resist buying them.
Now, who is this? What's going on, and what happened this afternoon? Nothing. We just had lunch together, that's all. Lunch? James, this is Oscar Harris, the head of my department. Well, somebody tell me something. What were you two doing having lunch in the first place? Celebrating finishing the inventory.
We had a wonderful time once your wife got comfortable on the floor.
You want to run that by me again? James, it was a Japanese restaurant. Now I understand. Oscar, we were just about to sit down to dinner. Would you care to join us? We ain't got enough food.
John Amos also starred in the miniseries Roots. He played the older Kunta Kinte. And, of course, he was Mr. McDowell in Coming to America.
That's right. He was Mr. McDowell.
After the third season, and it was a hit show, Good Times.
Good Times.
It had 3 successful seasons, and then they killed off John Amos's character. And we know why, because John Amos talked about it in an interview. He did not like the way the all-white writers were writing some of the scenes. And he says himself that sometimes it got so heated, he asked writers to go outside so they could fight. So Norman Lear, killed off John Amos's character. Here's John Amos talking about that.
I knew more about what a black family should be and how a black father would act than our writers, none of whom were black. I'll put it this way. I wasn't very tactful in my complaints about the script. I wasn't the most diplomatic guy, like I said, in those days, and they got tired of having their lives threatened over jokes. So they said, to tell you what, why don't we kill him off and we'll all get on with our lives. Life's too short. So that taught me a lesson that I wasn't as important as I thought I was to the show or to Norman Lear's plans. And he was not about to have a disruptive factor. That was me, a disruptive factor.
Wow.
When asked if he ever protested against any harmful stereotypes, Jimmy Walker said, Dynamite! Nobody?
I think that reference is out of our...
I mean, it's not, but it wasn't done well.
Dynamite!
Work on it, Buzz.
Seeing it fall flat makes it so much better.
Also passing away, Ken Page, the voice of Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh, Oogie Boogie.
Ken Page, who was also a big star on Broadway, died peacefully at his home. He was 70. Here's some of Ken Page as Oogie Boogie.
Better pay attention now, 'cause I'm the boogeyman. And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong. 'Cause this may be the last time you hear the boogie song.
He was a well-known Broadway performer and was in the original cast of The Wiz on Broadway.
Oh, who do you play in The Wiz?
I think
Tin Man?
The Lion.
Was he the Lion?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's cool.
Then they didn't use him in the movie because who was the Lion in the movie? Ah, man, I've seen that movie. I know Nipsey Russell was in it. Michael Jackson.
Nipsey Russell was the Scarecrow. Was he?
What? I thought what was Michael Jackson?
Oh man. Yeah.
All right, this one, I need you to take a look at this. McDonald's in Tucson used a very large inflatable Ronald McDonald mascot to celebrate its grand reopening. Some of the locals in Tucson were very, very upset about this inflatable Ronald McDonald and demanded that it be taken down. So here's a picture of it. Holy crap.
That was a really big Ronald
Okay, I looked
McDonald.
it up. Michael Jackson was the Scarecrow.
Michael Jackson was a Scarecrow. Who was the Lion?
The Nipsey Russell was the Tin Man. Bristol Pride was the Wizard of Oz. And I'm looking for the Lion. Doesn't say.
All right.
That's weird.
Oh my
no,
God.
that's not it either.
That's got to be...
That is so scary.
That's at least 20 feet.
That's got to be a 25, 30-foot inflatable Ronald McDonald.
Also, a little creepy. That little smile.
Do you think that's what this is all about? People freaking out because of clowns? Remember when everybody pretended to be extremely freaked out by clowns like 10 years ago?
They're a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, here is the manager of the McDonald's talking about this overwhelmingly negative response to the inflatable Ronald McDonald.
There were a few people that thought that it was not appropriate for the area that we're in. Our intent was never to make anyone upset, not one customer at all. So we've made the business decision to keep it down for the near future and probably for good.
All right. Joanna.
Yes.
How are we set up for commercials? We got a full load today?
I don't know. Let's ask Alberto.
Alberto, how are we set?
Yes.
What I'm asking is, should I take a break?
Oh, should he take a break?
Okay. Take a break, and then we'll come back with some of the audio from last night's vice presidential debate. Nobody called anybody names. Nobody accused anybody of being a terrorist. It was like how debates used to be in the before times.
We've already got some people weighing in on it. So, yeah, we can hear from them when you get back.
All right. Late night roundup. Joanna puts this together for us before the show starts, so it's ready for you. Bright and early, here is your late night roundup.
Dunkin' Donuts announced their new fall menu, which includes a Halloween Munchkins bucket. Yeah. 50 Munchkins in a bucket. Take that, Ozempic.
In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, some are asking why no act that sings exclusively in Spanish has ever been included in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. On the plus side, that means no act that sings exclusively in Spanish has ever been forced to visit Cleveland.
Burger King has unveiled its Halloween menu, while Arby's decided their regular menu is scary enough.
In order to control the rat population, rat birth control could soon roll out in New York City. Or, counterpoint, stop having sex with rats.
Southwest Airlines has announced that it will do away with open seating and allow customers to book reserved seats, while passengers announced they're still going to jam their bodies into the gate 40 minutes before the door opens.
Music news, concert updates, song and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock. All
for your property, your family's safety, and your peace of mind. Doppler Dave Spielman, the Borderlands chief meteorologist.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com.
What was that? Yo, look at that.
We were talking about...
He's getting freaky. Look, no, he's just looking at something. Look, whoa. He's got a bunch of leathered up, bearded men.
Well, okay.
Buzz is looking at bears.
No, I just
Why
opened
are you
it
looking at bears?
Because I just got an email from Derek.
The sexy kind.
We were talking about our Halloween costume, and I'm going to be the boyfriend from Midsummer who ends up inside the dead bear skin. And he's like, which bear costume did you pick? And sent this.
Oh, Derek, I love you.
Yeah, of course it's Derek.
That's great. Buzz is going to be a bear.
No, man, I got it the good one. I got the one from Workaholics.
What the hell?
Buzz has the other bear costume already.
He does. Oh, wait. Nico can't hear me.
Yeah, put your headphones on, dude.
Buzz has a bear costume already?
I mean, the gay one.
Both.
Yeah.
You got both ready.
Well, if your other one doesn't come in time, I think you should be that kind of bear.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a weekend. That's a weekend bear.
Actually, no, there's too many kids in attendance. We should
that's
not
true.
tar them for life. That would alter the path of their life forever.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Kind of spinning wheels now.
I mean, kids have seen gay bikers since the Village People.
Since they came in, 07 for the Sun Bowl? Remember that? That was awesome.
No.
That was one of the best moments ever.
Buzz was asking me if I was going to make it through the rest of the show, Joanna.
And what'd you say?
You're right.
As long as I can make it to the bathroom. Yeah, I'll be happy.
You're wrapped up in a blanket right now.
And I told him, even if you don't, that blanket is already brown, so.
No, we wouldn't even know.
No, I was going to ask you, do we have any app chat messages about the vice presidential debate? I think most of this will be forgotten within a week, even for people who watch the debate, because, it's the vice president's.
Yeah, nobody's going to care about this.
Right.
Marv5150 says, Nico Vance did not win. He refused to answer the questions. He refused to answer the question, will he acknowledge that Trump lost the last election? And Walz capitalized on it. I can tell Buzz did not see the whole thing.
That was definitely a great moment for Tim Walz. And J.D. Vance was definitely trying to make it, we'll hear the clips, trying to make it like, what's everybody so concerned about? Donald Trump peacefully turned over power. And it's like, yeah, after his coup failed. Here's a call that we got. Let me know if you have any more app chat, and you can chat through the KLAQ mobile app.
Hey, good morning, guys. I just want to make a quick comment on the debate last night. Buzz, I agree with you. I think Vance did win, but I think he only won in style. Okay, he won the debate on style. Sorry, I should have said. But when it came to substance, I think oh my gosh, I forgot his name. I think Walz won when it came to substance.
That's still an issue. Wait, who's this guy again? For both of them, really.
Balls to the walls.
Yes, he did look nervous, and I think he started off a little bad, a little slow. But after that first break, I think he got his stride. Now, there are two different styles. Obviously, Vance is like cool and calm. Walz does have a little bit more animated personality, but I think he did get his stride. Now, what really matters, and I don't think this mattered to a lot of American people. I think they saw the difference in the style, and that probably formed an opinion. But if you went down to the issues,
I'll be honest with you. I don't think anybody won anybody over from the vice presidential debate last night. I don't think anybody, other than I would say if J.D. Vance were ever president, I wouldn't worry about him not relinquishing power. I mean, he is a normal, it makes me wonder, why did he is the one who started the rumors about the Haitians eating cats and dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was some kind of loyalty test that Trump, if you're going to be my vice president, you've got to spout some crazy cuckoo BS.
He's very Trumpy in his own way.
Not really.
Maybe not at the debate, dude, but like, have you seen him just normally speaking the random stuff he says? He says some weird things.
Give me an example.
They're eating cats and dogs.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
And then he refused to own that. So there was a big controversy when they cut both of their mics, and J.D. Vance was upset because Margaret Brennan said, we've talked to officials in Springfield. Nobody's eating cats or dogs. And J.D. Vance was like, your rules were you weren't going to fact check me.
That was funny.
Did you see that one, Alberto?
That was...
Vance just straight out lied. I can think of several where, starting with January 6th, his defense of Trump and not admitting that...
Yeah, that was very craven.
Trump lost the election.
Absolutely.
on the loss of manufacturing jobs during the Trump administration. But one of the biggest lies, and I can tell you, I can attest to this personally, is regarding when they said Trump saved Obamacare, Trump saved the ACA. I work with the ACA, and I can tell you straight out that the worst years since this law got enacted in 2010 was during the Trump years. Subsidies were cut. The enrollment period was cut to almost in half.
I must have missed that part. Did J.D. Vance try to argue that Donald Trump saved Obamacare?
Well, Trump has said that himself.
All Trump talked about was getting rid of Obamacare, and that he was going to come up with, and listen to this detailed plan, something much better, something perfect.
Well, a concept of a plan.
I have a concept of a plan.
I have a concept of an idea of a plan.
These were adult men on the stage last night. Nobody was a spoiled 3-year-old throwing a tantrum.
Buzz, what debate were you watching? Seriously, were you watching like Fox News, like after the debate?
No, man, CBS.
I know Tim Walz, he started out a little bit slow, but at the very end, he won that debate. I don't know what you were seeing, but definitely he won the debate.
Got to disagree with you.
I mean, come on. J.D. Vance couldn't even answer the question. Well, did Trump did he win 2020?
Let's go ahead and get to the sound clips, because both of the callers are bringing up excellent points. The vice presidential debate is in the books now. And they're not going to do another one. It's probably the last debate that we'll see before election, which is only less than 5 weeks away.
Hold on, one more app chat. One more neckline.
Sure.
Hey, Buzz, you're right on this one. Vance just completely outclassed and outdebated old man Walz. Walz looked pretty scared. He looked pretty confused. He looked pretty dumb. Vance just...
Okay, I didn't say any of that. You misunderstood what I was saying.
This does remind me, though, of some people saying after the Trump debate, hey, Trump totally destroyed Kamala. And it's like, and then they were like, if you listen to what he said a lot of like substantive things. And I'm like, there's no way any objective person could watch that debate and think that Donald Trump came away.
No sane, rational person could say that Trump shone in that one debate against
I have a feeling
Harris.
that maybe this might be that kind of situation where J.D. Vance just did such a more polished job of being a debater that nobody's going to remember what Tim Walz said.
He did get him on that. He wouldn't say whether or not Donald Trump won the 2020 election. I mean, do we have time to get into some of the sound clips, or should I just save it till the next hour? Here's the moment. This is the one where it got a little testy, and this is where all the...
That's right, Alberto. He's not going to wait for an answer. You just got to roll with the punches.
What did you say, Alberto?
He said you asked a question and he didn't even have time to answer.
Well, you got to jump on it, man. I'm not going to, you got to, hey, when I ask a question, you need to be on that answer like a duck on a June bug, all right?
Yeah, it's true. I need to be like, yes, now, immediately.
Break?
Yes.
All right.
Assertive, Alberto. Buzz, break.
You see, I'm going to start
like
yelling like that.
Alberto, open your mouth when you talk.
Okay.
Like enunciate with your
my
lips
mouth and my lips.
The rains in Spain fall mainly on the plains.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show's on the way right after this.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Oh, stop for them in the right-of-way when turning at intersections. That way, we'll all get home safe. Be safe. Drive smart.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
All right, we have a brand new concert to announce and tickets to give away to go along with it. So we're going to have that coming up for you. Woo! We'll make that announcement here in just a few minutes. So the debate last night. Let's listen in. So the one moment that I think people are going to say, yeah, these broads on CBS are biased because Margaret Brennan fact-checked J.D. Vance. And at the beginning of the thing, Norah O'Donnell and Margaret Brennan laid out the rules. And they said, I think they pretty clearly said, we can choose to fact-check if we choose to do so. So here's Margaret Brennan took a moment to fact-check J.D. Vance about the Haitian immigrants in Springfield.
And just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, temporary protected status. Nora?
But
thank you, Senator. We have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important because
we're going to turn out of the economy. Thank
Margaret,
you.
the rules were that
The
you guys
economy-
were going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on.
He then goes on to basically say what the asylum process is, and Margaret Brennan got a little snippy. Thank you for explaining the step-by-step to us, Senator Vance. And that was about as wild as it got. Like, that was the only thing where it got a little chippy.
Thanks for mansplaining, sir.
Right. J.D. Vance used the Walz's debate comment to praise his running mate and jab Kamala Harris.
I think you got a tough job here because you've got to play whack-a-mole. You've got to pretend that Donald Trump didn't deliver rising take-home pay, which of course he did. You've got to pretend that Donald Trump didn't deliver lower inflation, which of course he did. And then you simultaneously got to defend Kamala Harris's atrocious economic record, which has made gas, groceries, and housing unaffordable for American citizens.
Oh, she wasn't the president,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good. Yeah, he did two things. One, Donald Trump can't deliver lower inflation. That's not
even
not a
possible.
It's not a thing. You don't set up the policy and it's like, oh, now we have lower, now we have higher inflation. It's based on a lot more factors than just that. And secondly, yeah, they're going to be tying Kamala Harris to everything during the Biden administration. She wasn't the president.
You kind of keep your mouth shut and go along with the program.
Yeah, but it's
Mike
one of these.
Pence did it right up until the very end.
It's one of these things, though,
Right.
too, that she's doing it too. She's trying to run on the good things that the Biden administration has done. You didn't really do any of those things.
Yeah.
You didn't do any of the good parts, but you also didn't do any of the bad parts either. I mean,
your thing was to go out to the opening of a new government building in Raleigh or whatever you would get sent out to do. They interviewed a college student after, and this was a big dude, and he's like, I took civics in high school, and I know that the vice president doesn't really get to set the agenda.
Right.
And everybody was like, this guy ought to be on this college kid.
Yeah, let's move on Crossfire. In the West Wing, somebody described the vice presidency as the world's largest, most comfy straitjacket.
Okay. So Walz said, we don't want to blame immigrants for higher housing prices. So they did see one of the things that is true in Springfield. There were 15,000 to 20,000 new residents, and there was a shortage on housing, and the cost went up, and it priced some of the people out. Some of the people who had a set rent or already set found out, they raised the rent on me. I can no longer afford it. So here's Walz talking about, and I guess to his credit, J.D. Vance agreed with him not to blame the migrants for the housing prices.
Tim just said something that I agree with. We don't want to blame immigrants for higher housing prices, but we do want to blame Kamala Harris for letting in millions of illegal aliens into this country, which does drive up costs, Tim.
Walz got some good points in about, there was an immigration bill written by one of the most conservative Republicans, and Donald Trump called up everybody in Congress and said, don't let it pass, because it proves that Donald Trump doesn't really care about the things that he says he
would
cares
prefer
about.
to have it to
He would
run
rather
on.
use it as something to batter Biden and Harris over the head with. This was a border bill that the Border Patrol endorsed. A couple of other things here. A misspoken comment from Governor Tim Walz that people are seizing on. He was talking about school shooting, and he misspoke.
I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look, the NRA, I was NRA guy for a long time.
Wow.
So what do you think he was trying to get
You
at?
become friends with school shooters.
I become friends with families of victims of school
course, that's what he meant. Of course, he didn't mean I've become friends with school shooters.
right.
But this is such a bad gaffe. This is a bad gaffe.
Is it?
Yeah, because they're going to use that clip everywhere. I mean, it just sounds as bad as you saying "babe."
I become friends with school shooters.
Babe.
I do want to remind you before you get too down on Tim Walz, Donald Trump says crazier things 10 times in one sentence.
No, what did I send you last night? What was the text that I sent to you?
I don't know. I quit reading them.
Oh my God, that makes me feel so
No, did you? He told me that this morning, and
Yeah,
I'm
you
never
guys-
going to text you anymore.
Yeah, why even text back?
I know, but
millennials really take this a lot harder
Nico-
than you need to.
Yeah,
Why would
then
we?
they tell him you're the one that texts us?
That means, you texted
You
us.
started the
And
conversation.
that means when we respond, you could literally give a crap about what we think when we respond.
Yeah, I look, this is just, I can't do this.
What do you mean you can't do this?
Keep texting you back.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, he's showing me the screen.
Oh.
You're the one that texts us.
I don't think
I don't see the part where, what did you say? I don't see
Buzz can't differentiate the conversations for some reason,
I
Joanna.
told you, but Nico, you know he
You
can't
know
see
he
the
can't
letters.
see the letters. But that was when I was saying, are you coming in tomorrow?
And I said yes,
or no?
and then you went, are you
Nico
coming, yes or
said-
no? And I said yes, and you went,
bitch. Do
are you
you
coming,
read?
yes or no? And I went,
Third
yes,
time?
you bitch. Are you not reading? Can you not read, son?
And that's when I was like, you
No,
know he
even-
can't see the letters.
It's not that. It's just, I just needed to know, are you coming in
And
tomorrow?
I said yes, and then you kept
Yes,
saying,
and then he said yes.
why
Yeah.
did you keep saying it over and over again?
Because
I think because you're a
not
little
100% reliable.
I think you're a little. I don't think you can read.
You know you could change the font size on your phone.
Okay, all right,
That
listen,
way you can see
both
the
of you.
letters better.
both of you snowflakes, listen to me for a second, okay?
Well, don't start a conversation and then be like, meh.
If a text thing goes more than 3 messages, phone call.
Boom.
Right?
Then don't message
Then don't
us
message
on
us.
text.
Don't
On the
message us
text.
at 9 then.
Yeah,
Why
right?
are you messaging us at 9?
I was busy
I had to get
watching
this off
that
my
Net-
chest.
Okay, well, I'm not going to message you back then. I'm just not going to
Nico,
message you.
You and I will have our own
Well,
conversation.
You can
on the
message
side.
us, and then we'll just message each other and then have a conversation.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Tim Walz does this. You don't need to embellish your military career any more than you need to embellish whether or not you were in Beijing when the Tiananmen Square massacre happened. So he admitted that he wasn't. He wasn't there when Tiananmen Square happened. He was there shortly after and in Hong Kong.
All I said on this was I got there that summer and misspoke on this. So I will just, that's what I've said. So I was in Hong Kong and China during the democracy protests went in. And from that, I learned a lot of what needed to be in governance.
Okay. All right. That's getting out the weeds there pretty far. It sounds like a lot of people, Tim Walz sometimes embellishes his stories through the years to make them more interesting. Mm-hmm. I've got an admission to make. I've told different versions of the same story over and over again on this show, just to kind of keep it fresh. I don't want anybody fact-checking me 25, 30 years down the road. But do you agree, like, you don't have to say, I was here, or, I carried a weapon of war. Actually, I was thinking about that because they're dinging him because he didn't deploy.
Are you asking a question?
Yeah.
Or are you?
I'm thinking this out in my head.
Okay.
Out loud?
So one of the things that get, So one of the things that get Tim Walz on is he said, we don't, the guns, we don't need a weapon of war like I carried. Yeah, probably in training he probably did carry a weapon of war, right? He was in the National Guard long enough.
Probably.
He probably carried a weapon. He didn't,
Okay, well, I mean, if you're going to just diminish the service of people who are in the National Guard.
I'm not.
You're saying I guess they get to technically carry a gun.
No, I'm just saying that, they're dinging him like he completely made this up, but he probably did carry,
a
machine gun.
Yeah.
That's probably not a lie.
Yeah, that's probably not.
He called it weapons of war, and I think he's even backed off of that, and I don't think he needs to. Not in this case.
I don't think that the attacks on him being like a stolen valor, false soldier, are going to work because
and the left is doing this to Vance too. So Vance deployed with the Marines, and he was a correspondent. He was a writer, and I've seen some people on the left, trying to diminish his.
What did he do? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Come on.
I'm just kidding.
That's unnecessary and uncalled for, right?
Yeah, definitely.
This is the biggest moment, though, and I think it's the one, if anything sticks to Vance from last night. Walz directly asked him if Trump lost the election in 2020. And whatever deal these guys, Trump and Vance, have worked out, I guess that's a line you do not cross because, JD, whatever you do, get out there and say whatever you want to, but I didn't lose the election. And that, it seems like, it just short-circuited Vance there for a few minutes.
He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
That is a damning non-answer. It's like when I had Kat Timpf on a couple of weeks ago. I just said, hey, the thing about the cats and the dogs and the Haitians is that racist. Well, she was so upset, she threw a fit and made us promise not to ever re-air that interview. You know what I mean? Sometimes
and she wanted an on-air apology.
She wanted an on-air apology. And she said that she needed to feel safe in interviews. So,
wow.
Right. That's really something.
What a snowflake.
Anyway, that's the vice presidential debate. I imagine we'll all have forgotten about it by the time the election actually rolls around. But I've got a summary here. If you didn't catch all of that, here's the debate in under 30 seconds.
Governor Walz, you are first.
Bernie Sanders, Dick Cheney, the folks who miss Dancing with Our Stars, and Taylor Swift.
Senator Vance.
The most incredible people anywhere in the world.
Thank you both for participating in the only vice presidential debate of this election cycle.
It's Chuck, your host for Loudwire Nights. Tonight at 7, we will rock the borderland with the best rock ever made and the best rock being made. Special guests, birthday and anniversary celebrations, and every night at 10.
Subject to driver availability, purchase, exclusions, and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Oh, guess who this is?
Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
Got a true crime report coming up in just a second. We're going to have Cash Code starting up in the 8 o'clock hour. And I got a concert announcement and tickets to give away. This is a new one for this concert.
Ooh.
I'll do the announcement, give away tickets coming up here in just a few more minutes. And Joanna, it's been a long time since we've had one of these. Prison mail.
We got prison mail.
Yeah.
I'm so reading it now.
Yeah. No, listen. And do you remember how the guy signed it? So we could say
he signed it. Alberto, how did he sign it? Alberto has the letter right now.
Zeke. Our good friend Zeke.
From the Southern New Mexico Corrections Facility.
Mm-hmm. We got your letter. We appreciate it. It was really nice.
We just got a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Wonder who it's from. Our friend Zeke.
Here's another call about the debate last night.
I'm calling about the Walz
Vance
debating.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to fact check him that his daughter was a victim of seeing a school shooting or something like that, or some type of shooting. Anyways, I wonder if they're going to fact check him on that. Okay, have a good day. Bye.
Well, he said that his son, Gus, had witnessed, I guess, like a shooting at a community center. Gosh, you know, do they need to fact check him on that? And at that moment, J.D. Vance said, I'm really sorry your son had to go through that. I mean, it was back to how adults, especially adults that we think should be our leaders, are supposed to speak
I kind of feel like
us.
I want to go back and watch it now. I shouldn't have been watching that documentary.
Yeah, tell me about this trashy documentary.
So trashy, but so good.
Mhm.
It's about Vicky White and Casey White. No relation. Casey was the inmate in the Alabama Corrections Facility, and Vicky was like the corrections officer.
And she escaped with
They
him.
were having like an affair for like 2 years, and nobody knew about it. It was crazy.
Somebody knew about it.
Yeah, they both.
That prisoner was probably telling everybody.
So some of the
up and down
prisoners
the
that were
hallway.
in with him were like, yeah, we kind of knew what was going on.
Uh-huh.
He was getting a lot of special treatment.
And it's a documentary.
It's a documentary, yeah.
Would they, do it? And where would they do it?
Yes, like she would send out the other inmates and be like, "Oh, he has to talk to his lawyer," but they were just doing it. And then she had like a burner phone, and they would have like phone sex all the time. And so people were like,
Wait. How did he have? I know she had a phone, but how did he have a phone?
I guess at one point they gave everybody tablets and stuff.
Oh my God.
And he goes, "Oh, this is great. We have tablets." And she's like, "Yeah, we're all getting these grants because of COVID because you're not allowed visits."
Oh, the prison mail that we got.
Yeah.
I almost said email, but they don't. We get letters.
Oh, right.
Paper letters. He talks about their tablets.
Yeah.
Apparently, they give prisoners like
Tablets.
iPads or
Uh-huh.
something like that.
Yeah.
Might be cheaper than paper, like getting them newspaper subscriptions or anything.
Well, in that documentary, she tells him, "Oh, it's because we got these grants for COVID because they're not getting visitors, so they're giving them the tablets so that they could talk to like their loved ones."
Can they FaceTime?
I
on
think
the
they could
thing?
FaceTime.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I wonder if they can gamble on them too.
I mean, this is the sort of thing that people hear about, and they're like, "Do prisoners really need like access to the internet?" Because it sounds like a bad
So
idea.
trashy, but so good. I loved it.
Oh, somebody has something to say about that, Joanna.
About what?
All right. Are you playing it, Buzz?
No,
Oh.
I don't even see it.
Well, pump me up.
Dude, you're up.
Joanna, you need to grow up and watch the debates, okay? Stop watching those stupid programs. Grow up, Joanna.
Dude,
So you telling me to grow up?
Don't try to yuck someone else's yum.
How about you mind your own business, dude?
There you go.
need to grow up and watch the debates, Joanna.
People,
I'll watch
boring
what I
debates.
want to watch. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do.
Introducing Mind Your Own Business.
Nobody's required to watch the debate.
Right.
Joanna was watching a trashy documentary.
Joanna,
She might be
then-
better off for it.
Yeah. And later, I'm going to read prison mail.
So she was a model employee.
She was. Yeah. Everyone was saying
she was no model, though, trust me.
Come on.
in
She
the
looked pretty
eyes
good
of
to-
that inmate.
to jailbirds, but she looked
was
pretty good.
smoking hot.
Well, you've been in there long enough. You haven't seen a woman in so long. But
she was so well respected that some of the older guys looked up to her as a mother figure.
Yeah.
The older
And
prisoners?
all of them are saying like she was such a great employee, did everything by the books.
they might have thought of her as a mother figure, but she only let one inmate breastfeed.
Oh, God.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, so prison mail coming up.
Yes.
Concert announcement and ticket giveaway.
Woo!
Brand new concert to tell you about coming up, but let's do true crime first.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. Stop breaking the law! Oh!
This is the True Crime Report, actual crime stories from around the world and across the nation. A very beloved feature of the Buzz Adams Morning Show, the True Crime Report.
Hell yeah.
A guy in Oklahoma got arrested for stealing a vehicle, but he told police he wasn't stealing it, he was borrowing it because he had to get to court about a stolen vehicle, a different one.
He's all, no, I promise I'm going to send this one back. I'm just borrowing it.
The guy's name is Cody Adams.
Buzz Adams? Any
I'm
relation?
not related. He was at a gas station in Stillwater, Oklahoma last week. He had to get to a court appearance that was 30 miles away in the town of Pawnee. It was a pretty serious charge for possessing a stolen vehicle, so he knew, I got to be responsible and show up for my court date. But no one at the gas station. What was he doing at the gas station if he didn't?
How did he get to the gas station?
What was he doing at a gas station if he didn't have a vehicle to put a car in? Nobody would give him a ride. So he decided the wisest thing to do was borrow another vehicle. Somebody left their truck running with the doors unlocked.
Oh, no.
Why do people do that? So he hopped in and took
Helped
off.
himself.
The truck he stole belonged to an EMT supervisor. They had a pretty good idea where the guy had taken his car because the truck guy had just heard everyone at the gas station or heard this guy telling everybody that he needed a ride to court. Police were notified. They caught him as he was walking into the courthouse.
Oh, man.
Little good news, bad news here. The good news is that Cody made it to his hearing.
Oh, good.
Bad news is they took him straight to jail after the hearing and booked him on fresh charges of auto theft. He admitted that he took the truck, but claimed he was just borrowing it so that he could make it to his court appearance.
The judge is like, did you steal a car to get here? Your Honor, no, I was borrowing it.
Here is Officer Preston Cox of the Oklahoma Highway Patrol talking about the man stealing a truck.
First responders had an idea of where that vehicle might be headed to. Trooper did believe he made sure that he made his court date.
He made his court date.
Well, he made it.
What else do you want from me? Not to steal cars, but I had to make my court date.
Then how am I supposed to get here?
Why would you? Okay, this next story, these always get me when somebody does something completely stupid.
Okay.
And then they're caught doing something much worse because, you know, the stupid act led to more being discovered.
It's a chain of events.
In Hawaii, the TSA stopped a 60-year-old man going through airport security with an airsoft pistol. I mean, come on. You're not going to hurt anybody with that, but they're going to treat it like it's a gun. They're going to search everything you got in there.
They're like,
you're asking for it.
Kind of,
So when they searched the man's bags, and remember, they only searched his bags because he had an airsoft pistol.
They're like, now we got to check everything else. We don't trust you.
They found a glass smoking pipe. All right, not too bad.
All right.
And 27 individual 1-inch Ziploc resealable packets of fentanyl.
Oh, my God.
In Florida, of course, a man was shot and killed after a dispute over the song that he played on a jukebox. He was shot and killed, Joanna.
Oh, my God.
We have some audio from this story as well, but let me tell you what happened. Late 1:30 a.m., one man insulted another man over his song choice. Here's what one of the witnesses said. I heard that there were two guys and they got into an argument because one of them played a song on the jukebox and the other guy kind of was pissed off about it. The guy who got insulted pulled his weapon and started shooting the other guy.
Do you know what song he chose?
You know, that's really what I want to get to. Like, what did he play?
Yeah, did he rickroll everybody?
Yeah. Never gonna give you up.
And the guy was just like, I've had enough of it.
No, it had to do, it was a Spanish song, and it had something to do with you don't deserve to play that music because you're not La Raza or whatever.
Oh, my God.
The man who insulted the song allegedly drew his weapon first. But the other guy also had a gun, and he fired back. It doesn't say if he was the guy who played the song or not. Here's what another eyewitness said. Okay, now we're kind of getting to the meat. One of them played a song on the Rock-Ola, and the other guy was pissed off and said, "You're not a real Mexican if you play that bleep music." The man was shot 3 times.
Oh, my God.
He said that the argument occurred inside the restaurant, and it was about the music selection on the jukebox. All right. Fort Lauderdale police confirmed the identity of the victim as 54-year-old Socorro Camacho. They are still looking for the gunman.
They're still looking for the gunman?
Yes. I mean, as of this story. Here is the eyewitness describing what happened.
One of them played a song and the Rocola, the machine Rocola, and the other guy kind of was pissed off and saw the guy and say, hey, you're not Mexican, you're not real Mexican because you're playing that music, pulled his weapon and started shooting to the other guy.
That would have been a good Florida man game. But
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, someone died.
Yeah, and also Nico bailed. It always helps when you have more than one person to play the Florida man game.
Right.
All right, moving on. We got just a few more stories here on the True Crime Report. Looters are now on active in the area where Hurricane Helene hit. So Florida, Georgia, Carolinas, Tennessee. They say that there are stores that opportunistic looters target during disasters, high-end places with luxury items or electronics. Mm-hmm. Also places with the essentials like grocery stores, pharmacies, hardware stores. Then there are some looters that are hitting Donald Trump merch stores in Florida. 57-year-old Lance Petrosevic and 61-year-old John Peters. The men were loitering outside a closed business plaza with a Trump store in it. And they had a bunch of merch on them, including a Trump cowboy hat. They told police the items had, quote, washed up from the hurricane. And the police said, well, why don't they look damaged or wet? Right?
Right.
So the cops didn't buy it and charged them with burglarizing an unoccupied structure, which is a felony.
I swear, these just washed up ashore.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear about the young couple in Arkansas that tried to sell their baby at a campsite?
No.
For $1,000.
Oh, my God.
And a 6-pack of beer.
What a cheap baby.
Well, I mean, as far as selling a baby goes, you could do a lot better than $1,000.
True.
What do they say on those surrogate mother commercials? Like upwards of $80,000?
Yeah.
Just to be pregnant for 9 months? If I could do it, I would. So let me tell you about this couple in Arkansas. 21-year-old Darian Urban and 20-year-old Shailene Ehlers. They were arrested last week after they tried to sell their 2-month-old baby boy to a man at a campground for $1,000 and a 6-pack of beer.
They're all, you could give us the beer now.
They are facing felony charges of endangering the welfare of a minor. You know, you can't sell your baby for beer at a campground.
Right.
The buyer of the baby was identified as Cody Martin. He even drew up a receipt, which he had the couple sign. You tell me, Joanna, did you ever take any law classes? Because I'm not sure this is legally binding.
I don't think it is, but I've seen a lot of Law and Order. So, yeah, I don't think it's legally binding.
What they signed was we're, and they misspelled we're wrong. We're signing our rights over to Cody Martin of our baby boy for $1,000 on September 21st, 2024. Disclaimer. This is all on the...
No refunds.
No. Disclaimer. After signing this, there will be no change in y'all's two's mind and to never contact again.
So they had a buyer for the baby.
Yeah, he was willing. I don't know if he's in trouble. Multiple people at the campground witnessed this transaction.
They're like, we need witnesses as we sell this baby.
Well, police wanted to talk to the witnesses, although no money had changed hands yet. But somebody who saw what was going on called the cops. But get this, everybody was so drunk at this campsite, even the guy who called to report him was hard to understand because he was so plastered.
911, I think they're trying to sell a baby. Yeah, they were probably like, you can give us the 1,000 later, give us the beer now.
So anyway,
here's the baby.
The guy who was going to take the baby, again, shouldn't he be in trouble?
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote up a document.
He was fully willing to take a baby.
He said the mom told him she wanted to sell her son because, quote, it was not working having 3 dogs and a baby. So
Dude,
you give up the baby.
With the dogs and the baby.
It's too much.
God.
How does anybody do this? So obviously we need to get rid of our baby.
We're going to get rid of the baby. That's the easier one. Oh, my God. Everyone's all drunk around them. Did they just sell a baby?
A deputy called emergency medical to transport the baby to a hospital for evaluation for signs of neglect. That's, probably a good...
Standard.
Good
standard procedure right there.
Right now, the child is in the care of the Arkansas Department of Human Services. There was a lot of drinking happening at the campground that day. Even one of the men who tried to help the baby, or tried to call in, I told you, was so intoxicated he had trouble making himself understood.
He's all slurring. There's somebody selling a baby. And they're all, what's that now, sir? A baby.
Finally, in the true crime report, Joanna, a Tennessee business owner now has fear of clowns. What's that called? Chlorophobia?
No. Maybe.
Clownophobia?
I don't know what it's called.
Bozophobia.
Bozophobia.
Well, he's got that after catching a clown mysteriously on camera attempting to juggle stolen goods. It's a clown, and he's like, I got to make this dream come true.
I'm going to juggle these one way or another.
One of these days, I'll work my way up to chainsaws. Here is Derek Johnson, the owner of JVI Secret Gardens. I don't know what they sell. Oh, it's a garden center.
Oh.
Maybe he was juggling.
He's all juggling plants.
Yeah. Talking about seeing the clown on his security camera.
There's someone at the garden center wearing a white mask, and I see what's on the image. It's like, nope, I'm not going up there. The only thing I can describe it as is the character from the movie Pennywise. When I clicked the speaker, I think it clicked and made a noise, and he literally acknowledged it and said, I'm leaving, and literally jetted. Here it is, creepy clown. He stole a saw blade. And I feel like it might be the same individual because we had another tank like that, and they stole the tank. And this was probably 6 months ago. They stole a tool bag, and they came in the same spot. This is a sweet little garden center. It's Donaldson. I really don't know why people are breaking into garden center of all places.
Practice juggling, man. The clown guy was reached for comment, and he said... And that's your true crime report.
Right. Stealing, crime, and that kind of thing.
I owe my life of crime to the fact that I was a dropout.
Just last week, a guy pulled a knife on me. I could see it wasn't a real professional job. There was butter on it.
I can get away with it, like the crime of the century.
Crime of the century.
What was the man's crime?
And his daring life of crime made him a legend in his time. East and west of the Rio Grande.
Artist interviews, Zoom music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock. October 9, ages 21 and over. See Speaking Rock's Facebook for more info. Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, we've got prison mail. this is the first piece of prison mail that we've got in quite a while, and Joanna's going to read that to us.
How thrilling, huh?
Mm-hmm. You know why I always ask you to open, like if we get actual letters?
You told me.
So that she's the one that gets the powder or anthrax.
Yeah.
Or hentavirus.
When it came in, he told me.
Or ricin.
He's the one who told me to open the envelope.
Yeah. Hey, open this for me.
And you just do it.
Let's just end it now.
Hey, I noticed that you came into our room.
Buzz kept bitching at me to come into this
Wait,
room.
hold on. Were you not in this room because I was sick?
Yeah, because you said you were sick.
I was. Well, I have like a stomach flu, so I'm not sure you'll get that from me unless we like lick the same thing or not. But
let's not lick each other today.
If you see me run towards the bathroom, you'll know exactly what's going on. I was telling you yesterday that I felt like a pioneer. I was telling Buzz yesterday. I feel like a pioneer in the 1800s that got dysentery from that.
You're on the Oregon Trail, and your ox just died.
And then I said. He turned me down. And then I said, I'm like,
this is lovely.
I'm like, I'm part of the Donner. I'm like part of the Dahmer party. Like, I feel like I'm part of the Dahmer party.
It's not Dahmer party. It's Donner party.
Tomato. They both.
Dahmer's a completely different thing, honey.
They both ate people.
The Donner party didn't get dysentery. They resorted to cannibalism. Well,
they might have.
Maybe if they ate Mexican.
Can you believe we did this in the break and worked it out again on how to do it here?
And you must have been very impressed by it.
Yeah. There was a finger in there.
Got a concert announcement for you and a ticket giveaway, and I'm going to make it real simple. I'm going to make it a caller 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So here are the details. Gary Clark Jr. Gary Clark Jr. is a great guitarist and like a very bluesy.
Sweet.
I'm going to play a little bit of Gary Clark Jr.
He's also Charlie Clark's cousin, I believe.
Don't believe so.
No?
No. Nana never pow-powed him.
He does have a Nissan.
Gary Clark Jr. at the Abraham Chavez Theater, February 24th of next year.
I like how you include the R, February.
It's in there. You got to say it. That's why I say Wednesday. You ever notice that in right after Wednesday?
You know what you are? You're a cheeser, man.
I don't know what that is.
You're cheesy.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, what was the word that I pronounced?
February
24th. So I'm going to play a song. It's a cover song, first of all. Most of Gary Clark Jr.'s songs are original, but this is a cover song. And I love it because, A, it's the Beatles, and it was in Justice League, a truly awful movie, but a really good cover. So let's listen to Gary Clark Jr. Hell yeah. Alberto, this rocks, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Check. Yes, sir. The rock meter is going off.
Gary Clark Jr. at the Abraham Chavez Theater. Let's give away tickets to caller number 10. Wow. Call the studio line. That number is 915-910-4995. 915-910-4995. And we'll get you, these are before you can buy them, so the tickets aren't here yet, but you will win them for Gary Clark Jr. in February at the Abraham Chavez Theater.
Come together right now.
Come on, Joanna.
Over me.
Did he come up with this song?
Shut up.
Is this his song?
Stop. Quit poking me.
Quit poking the bear.
Quit poking the bear.
don't have my brown pants, but I'm glad I got the pants. Going to jail.
So we got some prison mail.
Prison mail.
We don't discourage this, but we don't encourage it either. But,
I mean,
you know,
do what you want with your free time there.
it's obvious, you know, this is a really thoughtful letter, and I think we found out what the crime was.
We did.
It's pretty serious.
I would like to say I appreciate this a lot. Nobody writes letters anymore.
Yeah, please write more letters.
I love letters.
Actually, prisoners, if you're listening, write us more. Yeah,
write
please.
us.
We encourage it.
You know, prisoners do like the best pencil art.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, they have time to practice.
It's amazing to me that prison tattoos look so terrible.
I think just from a coloring book.
Yeah, that's fine. But like some of the best art we have in here came from
Prison.
Incarcerated individuals. All right. So
Lovely.
Let's hear it.
Okay, this says, Dear Buzz Adams Morning Show, I am a big fan of the show. I am a prisoner in Southern New Mexico Correctional Facility in Las Cruces.
Right.
I've been listening for about a year now. All of you do a great job and keep up the great work. I'd call, but I don't think it would go through.
Okay. I don't know why that.
Buzz.
Yeah.
You bring an intelligent element to the show. I, too with one O, am a history buff.
Hey, don't call out the spelling.
I'm just saying. Huge Star Wars fan
Yep.
and a nerd, too. The Florida Man game should be done more, and you got that Chili Dog song stuck in my head for a few days.
Yeah, me too.
Nico, I would like to see your stand-up when I get out.
Yeah.
I agree with you and Buzz politically for the most part. I started calling Trump supporters maggots because of you. Okay. Don't worry about going bald. I'm not, but own it and exude confidence.
Well, you don't have to impress chicks, though, dude.
I shave my head and wear a hat all the time.
He's saying he's not bald.
No, he says he shaves
his head.
But before that, he said, I'm not going bald.
I'm not, but own it and exude confidence to Nico's baldness.
I exude a lot. I'm not sure it's confidence, but I'm exuding something.
Anyways, but I don't rely on it for confidence. Joanna, I am a cat dad and have 2 purr babies at home myself.
Wait, home meaning his cell or home meaning
That's
the
a good
outside?
question. Are they there with
Because
you?
they call their cell their home or their house.
I think
You know that from Orange is the New Black, guys.
I think your nerd voice is hilarious.
It is. Let's hear a little
Thank
nerd.
you so much, Zeke. I appreciate that. I crack up every time. I want to thank all of you for making my time easier and making me laugh. A few weeks ago, you wondered if cops lie on police reports because a golf pro ran over a cop or tried to. Yes, they do lie, and the report is treated as factual. I was sentenced to 6 years for voluntary manslaughter.
All right, wait. So
This is why I'm saying don't criticize any spelling or punctuation errors. It's
yeah,
just
I would not do
not
that,
a
Joanna.
hassle we need.
That is a... But
this is a great letter from a very kind individual who's got some nice things to say.
We love him, yeah.
I will say, from my very, very limited knowledge of the law based on Monk and Law and Order, I think like involuntary manslaughter could be like you driving drunk and killing somebody.
Right.
Voluntary means you
driving knowing that you might hurt somebody and killing them with your car anyways. I mean,
we don't know this.
We don't know the specific. It
particulars,
might
but-
not be as bad as we think it is.
But
what
I'm only talking about it because he brings it up.
Right.
Well, he's the one who said he's there for voluntary manslaughter. 6 years. My side.
Hey, anybody want to do some manslaughter? I'll volunteer.
I volunteer for it. My side was never put in the report, so cops and witnesses lie. Trump is kind of copying Hitler if people
Okay.
research
All
his
right.
rise to power.
all right.
And after he did is what Trump is slowly doing. Trump is a fascist, liar, sexist, and just needs to not be a president of anything, let alone the country.
Yeah, I agree with the prisoner.
I'm a felon, but damn, I don't like being in a group Trump is in.
I'm embarrassed to be a felon. He gives felons a bad name.
Hold on, I lost my place. All of you are doing God's work. I am a, what did we say this word is? Taoist.
Taoist. Yeah, believe it or not, it starts with a T, but
But-
it's pronounced Taoist.
By discussing the issues, all of keep it up, and I'm going to download the app to listen to when I get out. I hope you all like the picture I colored.
Yep.
Your fan, Zeke.
Zeke,
Wait, there's
Real one.
P.S. The Bobby Bones Show can lick the sweat off.
Okay, let's just leave the rest of that.
Also, we don't call it a prison pocket. We call it the safe. Thank you, Zeke.
Hey, you got my my nunchucks? Yeah, it's in the safe.
Where did that Casey? How did that Casey White get his burner phone? In the safe.
In the safe.
Through the safe. Yeah. I keep all my valuables in the
Colored us
safe.
a beautiful picture that says grow through what you go through.
Aw, thank you
Lovely.
so much, Zeke.
Thank you, Zeke.
Seriously.
Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog.
Sucking on a chili dog.
Sucking on a chili dog.
You're awesome, Buzz. Play it. Make him mad again.
Make who mad?
The people. There are people who say
haters.
no. There are people who are saying that like stop it. That's too much of a earworm. Like you're just gonna get that stuck in my head all day.
Too late. So I have to tell you something on the calendar, and this is
What's that?
the God's honest truth.
Hold on. Let me just finish up the last thing that Derek was saying about the letter, Joanna. Thank you again, Zeke. Derek says, I hope Joanna's wearing gloves while reading that.
Well, I wasn't wearing them last week when I opened the letter. So I think I'm okay.
42 years ago, all right? The year's 1982. On this date, the song Jack and Diane by John Cougar Mellencamp. Yeah, he was still going with the Cougar.
John CM?
Yeah, JCM.
I mean,
Jack
we
and
both said it right.
Jack and Diane hit number one on the Billboard charts. A number one hit for John, formerly Cougar, but now no longer Cougar, Mellencamp.
Is he talking about Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton?
God, no.
You think?
He's talking about two American kids growing up in the heartland. But the version that
Also
everybody's referencing.
sucking on a chili dog.
Sucking on. What if Jack and Diane, which was the number one song exactly 42 years ago.
Oh, my God.
What if Jack and Diane only had the lyrics, sucking on a chili dog? All right?
Sucking on a chili dog. 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 Chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on.
There we go.
Sucking on.
Suck it.
Chili dog. Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on chili.
What?
Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on chili
Sucking
dog.
on a dog till the chilies.
A little ditty about Jack and Diane.
That's right.
Two American kids sucking on a chili dog.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday,
favorite F word, ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Originating in El Paso, for El Paso, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
What's up there, Charlie Chuckles?
Just because I'm so,
Nico's going crazy.
I'm so dumb. I really didn't mean to mess up the app chat. I mean the cash code. But somebody in our app chat, Choji, thanks for saying, dude, you almost made me mess up.
You know, I don't think there's any penalty if you enter the wrong number. I don't know what happens if you enter the wrong number, but can we repeat the number one more time?
Oh, my gosh. I can't.
There was a glitch.
I just need to find it really quick.
You want me to? I remember it now.
No,
I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to
You
shut up
don't
and not
say
say
anything
it.
anymore.
Yeah.
The cash code, once again, everybody, for this hour is 284.
284.
Hilarious.
We'll have another cash code coming up in less than an hour. What?
Nico is no longer allowed to say the cash code. So it's from Kevin.
No kidding. And you're not allowed to comment anytime Steve Kaplowitz is in the studio.
I mean, that was his. He should have said, I had a live read right now.
You thought he was just improvising about this.
Even though he brought out like a full-on paper to read,
Right.
like
I didn't know.
a script.
I didn't see that. Hey, Kevin only sent that to you.
No, that's from the app chat. Somebody named Kevin. So.
Oh, okay.
But didn't it sound funny?
Yeah, it did sound funny. That was, also, Wild Pony in the app chat is asking, how do I know if I'm logged into the app to make sure my cash codes are properly entered?
If you're able to put in a code, you are logged in.
There you go.
You can also check settings. Make sure that in those settings also you have the correct number that you have, because some people put in fake numbers.
I do that all the time, but it's not going to work for this contest.
In the app chat, I can see when you're, like, if you're messaging in the app chat, you're already logged in. I can tell because I see. And if sometimes I see, like, this is totally a fake number because it's all fives. Make sure you have the correct number, because that is how we contact you. You will be contacted with a 915 number.
Right. So it may not show up, and I totally get not picking up the phone. What's going on when you pick up a call and it doesn't say telemarketer or spam, and then it's just silent? What's going on there?
It's a ghost.
Or is somebody just trying to get a clip of your voice saying, hello, and then can they use theirs?
That's what my mom says.
Can they use your voice?
They're using your voice.
I don't know if that's true, but my policy now is I say hello one time for an unidentified number, and I don't say anything. If I don't hear anything back within a second.
Is it because in the back of your head for a little bit you're thinking that too? Like, maybe if I say more, they're going to just record my voice?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
We just found out what happens if you mess up the code. D. Hoskins says, once you put the code in, it locks you out from putting another one. So if you mess it up, you're done for that out.
Nico,
shut up.
Jail Nico.
You're the one who asked me.
Send him with Zeke.
So we need to get into news headlines, but I just wanted to ask you, what do you think of the haircut and facial hair?
I'm sorry.
Joanna.
What?
You look like Buzz Adams' evil twin.
His evil Mexican twin.
I was going to say French, but...
Who is also like...
They're like, oh, oui.
You look like Senor Adams.
Okay, so try this on for size. Okay. All right? Pedro Pascal.
In like 60 years?
Shut up.
Like the Wish version?
Unbelievably, we're like close to the same age.
No, you're not.
I mean,
you're like the Wish version
of Buzz Adams.
Of Buzz Adams.
All right.
If Wish was in Mexico.
See, here's the thing. I've had all kinds.
The stash is what kind of gives off this like Theo vibe.
Like, honestly, you have
look
a look
like one of my
You
Theos.
could be Latino, like in some parts of Latin America.
Theo Huero.
Yeah, Theo Huero. Actually, you remind me of Brendan Fraser so much from this movie called Bedazzled, where Brendan Fraser wakes up as a drug dealer, as a Latino drug dealer. That's one of his...
A Mexican drug lord.
Well, see, the whole thing about Bedazzled was that you would get wishes from the devil, right? And if you wish for something...
Played by Elizabeth Hurley.
Yes.
Sign me...
But she never gives you exactly what you want. So he says, I want to be rich. I want to be famous.
So she makes him a drug lord?
Drug lord.
Muy buenos días, señor. ¿Le apetece algo de comer?
Como dices, no habla español.
That just kind of looked like Buzz with long hair.
Un momento. Estoy hablando español. ¡Qué diablos! Realmente estoy hablando español. ¿Qué tal que Mrs. Klein, mi profesora de español, me podía oír? Ella siempre decía que yo le podía juntar dos frases.
All right. Kind of Tom Selleck.
Yeah, you look like you want to sell us a reverse mortgage.
Let's go ahead and get...
Zaddy vibes?
Yeah.
Or Zitty vibes,
I'm going to put a photo on our Instagram, and everybody can go vote. Who does Buzz look like?
You and Diddy look like you would get along well with him.
Shut up.
You look like you have hundreds of baby oil bottles somewhere in your house.
Like, do you have any lube on you right now?
Well, on me as in like slathered on my body?
Tomato.
Let's do this.
Hell yeah!
Weather's good. Oh, God, here we go again.
Let's get this started.
Oh, my. Good morning, Nico and Jimmy.
Good morning, Buzz Adams. I mean, Booze Adam.
Booze.
You're also wearing another a paisley. Is that paisley, Joanna?
Same
It
shirt
is
I was wearing
paisley.
last week.
Oh, that's the same one?
But you have that first button unbuttoned.
Yeah,
and
you
a little
did.
chest hair sticking out for
Hey,
the ladies.
Qué guapo.
Muy guapo, ¿no?
All right, let's get into the news. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Iran attacked Israel with hundreds of missiles yesterday in response to the deaths of several Hezbollah leaders. And the U.S. was still waiting as of last night to see what, if any, response Israel means to make to the attack. Iran issued a statement saying that the attacks were over unless Israel responds with an attack of its own. While no details about Israel's plans have emerged, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed Israelis and said that Iran made a big mistake and will pay for the attack.
But Iran says if Israel who said
okay, come on, we got okay.
Iran said we won't send any more bombs.
There you go.
If Israel
Iran's issued a statement saying
don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff. Right?
Their attacks were over. Well, you got to think that their attacks were probably in response to the multiple attacks Israel has done on
terrorists.
Well, Iranian proxies, which are terrorists to
Hezbollah,
Israel,
the Houthis,
and
but really
Hamas.
Hezbollah.
Right. U.S. forces helped repel the attack against Israel, which Netanyahu said failed. France, Germany, the EU, and the U.K. all condemned the attack. Interestingly enough, Iran has appealed to the United Nations, asking them to intervene and prevent Israel from attacking anymore.
You can't. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. That's cool. I don't know what happened.
That's a weird.
Your belly hit a button again.
It must have.
Were you in the middle of a thought, maybe?
Yeah, but I've lost it. No, this is really serious stuff. I guess we use some of our missiles to shoot.
We use some interceptors to prevent some of the missiles striking. Right?
Okay. God, I was trying to turn
Dude.
up. There we go. All right. You know that the voice effect and your laptop are on the same toggle. Does that make any sense?
You're a toggle.
So if I push this button, I start talking like this. But if I push this
But the button is all the way at the top. How are you hitting it?
any way I can. Baby.
Oh, he can hit the
Any
spots.
way I can.
No, he can hit the spots. I don't even know why I said that. All right. Attorney.
You know, if your mom's mad,
I know.
you only have yourself to blame.
I was just trying to hit the spots. All right. So, Attorney General Raul Torres of New Mexico said yesterday that internal documents from Snapchat show that the company has failed to manage and notify users about sextortion, saying ignoring reports of sextortion, failing to implement verifiable age restriction, admitting to features that connect minors with adults. The documents were released as part of an ongoing lawsuit against the company by the state, which claims in part that Snap employees were discussing 10,000 user reports of sextortion every month. In a statement on its website yesterday, Snap said it has built a platform with safety guardrails and deliberate design choices to protect minors. So they say. Your Snapchat, dude. You found the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, as it's commonly called.
I thought that's what you were talking about. I was like, wait a second. What are they doing with SNAP benefits now? Now what? Is Snapchat even still a thing?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait. No, stop, guys. Before you tell Buzz, tell me, Buzz. What? No, don't even go into the thing.
What do you think is Snapchat?
What do you think Snapchat is?
I don't know, like pictures?
For 500 points.
Yeah, hold on. Explain to me how you think Snapchat works.
You take a picture and you put it on there and people look at your picture.
For 500 buzz points.
I mean, you're kind of close,
there you
but
go.
you can kind of do that with any social media, because are you just taking a feature of social media you know that exists and just saying it?
No, because it's a snap, like you snap a picture and then
what happens to the picture?
I guess they chat about it. I honestly don't know. I don't know what Snapchat is.
Okay, so Snapchat is used to talk and communicate. One, you can chat. Two, you take pictures and they are deleted automatically within 24 hours.
Okay, so they're using it to...
And you can't screenshot it, or the user will know. So
they're using it to commit crimes against children?
It was used for sexting a lot. So a lot of people with friends, or not just that, but you could use it to show off anything. But it was used for sexting because the picture would disappear. And
I don't believe any of that. When they say the picture disappears, don't believe it. I never believe it.
Buzz is like, I don't trust
Well,
it.
maybe not on the servers deep down, but you also
Once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah, they do pull them up.
You also can't take a screenshot without the other person knowing.
Oh, it would definitely tell you if somebody screenshotted it.
What does that mean?
Oh my God.
It's like we're talking to
like if they
like
take a
caveman.
photo of their phone.
A screenshot is when
You know, when you take a picture on your phone, you can also take a picture of like the
I
page.
honestly thought you were talking about getting another phone out and taking a picture of your phone with the phone.
I mean, that's probably the only way to do it.
Yeah,
that would be a way to do it.
That
yeah.
would be getting away from the screenshot
Yes,
function.
for sure.
You know, I didn't mean to come up with an evil workaround,
You
but I
did.
did.
You just came out with a boomer version of
You just came out with the way everybody used to do it.
I would admit I've done that.
I would tell my sister, hey, take a picture of this for me.
Really? so clearly it doesn't go away necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's anybody doing creepy stuff on Snapchat, it seems like that's kind of the what they set it up to
For
be.
a while, it did seem like that was
There are private
what Snapchat was.
There are private Snapchat channels for porn stars, for
Yep.
OnlyFans.
That's called
for,
Snatch Chat.
What's weird is it hit my head like I saw it in his face. I knew what he was going to say.
You guys are on the same wavelength.
I hate it. We're on the same cycle. All right.
I hate having a symbiotic relationship with Nico.
Yeah, you're like my Venom.
One of you was Venom.
You're my
One of you
symbiote.
was Eddie.
You're Eddie Brock. No, I'm Eddie Brock.
I don't know. I never got into Venom, even the comic book character.
Such a cool character. It's like goth. That's like the metal Spider-Man.
Pass.
Okay. Well, if you are a CVS worker, this might be some bad news. CVS Health announced yesterday that it's laying off around 3,000 employees, or about 1% of the company's workforce. The move is in part to reduce costs by $2 billion. In the most recent quarter, CVS reported same-store sales for non-prescription products fell by 4%. The reductions will not impact frontline jobs in our stores, pharmacies, and distribution centers. Those who will be affected are expected to be notified this week.
Hey, Buzz, not bad. Nico's saying you look like the Latin Brendan Fraser from Bedazzled. You could have done much worse. You could have said you look like Brendan Fraser in The Whale.
That's what a lot of people in the app chat said.
Don't get ahead of me, dude.
He's like, that's my next one.
Yeah, I was about to do a crossover.
Nah.
One of the people at the heart of a scandal this year in Jackson, Mississippi is retiring. Hinds County Coroner Sharon Grisham Stewart has announced she's leaving her position on December 31st, 3 years before her term expires. An NBC News investigation last year found that Hinds County had buried men in paupers' graves without notifying their families. When confronted by the mother of one of those men, Grisham Stewart apologized and said, "I don't know how to find people." The Hinds County Board of Supervisors will appoint someone to serve as the county's coroner on January 1st, and the person will serve until a special election is held. So I guess what she was doing is not taking the time to find the family of some of these unidentified bodies and just burying them without even taking the time to look for families.
Okay.
I can see how that would be kind of controversial. And is something breathing on Charon? NASA's Webb Space Telescope has detected traces of carbon dioxide on Pluto's largest moon. But that's not the only chemical found. Water, ice, ammonia, and organic materials were previously detected on Charon, and scientists think that the carbon dioxide might be spewing to the surface after meteors have impacted the moon. It's about half the size of Pluto, which is officially a dwarf planet.
Wait, that the moon of Pluto? That's what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Charon.
Man, sometimes we're really wrapped up in things that are so far away. Imagine
That was
studying
so
that.
deep.
Wouldn't you feel a
It's
little?
pretty philosophical for this, for news.
Wouldn't you be a little like disheartened if that were your job, that were your assignment to research something
probably
that's
be
so
like-
far away and that'll never, probably never affect us?
Better than studying Uranus.
That's true. You can get cloudy down there.
It's so low hanging. Just so low hanging.
Yeah, like
your butt.
Uranus.
I'm
You're like your
serious.
butt.
It is actually
Like your grapes.
a cloudy environment in that planet.
Okay. I'm serious. Alberto, did you ever take Ritalin or Adderall?
Yes.
You did?
Remember?
You
Yes.
took all that? Do you take it anymore?
Do you remember?
No.
Do you need us to have a fundraiser?
Let's put a GoFundMe together.
Well, almost 10 years ago, the Louisiana State University tradition of having a Bengal tiger rolled onto the field in a cage.
so horrible.
At Tiger Stadium for LSU's home football games.
A tiger with 80,000 screaming fans.
And Governor Jeff Landry wants Mike the Tiger back. The university hasn't weighed in on the idea, but PETA has described the tradition as cruel and dangerous to the mascot's welfare.
I don't always agree with PETA.
But
in this case, I do.
Yes.
How about putting a guy in a tiger suit like everybody else? Even Tony the Tiger is just a guy in a suit.
Yeah, seriously. They didn't actually get a tiger and named it Tony.
Can you imagine if they had him out selling cereal like an actual tiger?
Yesterday, Governor Landry said that everybody that has some anxiety over this needs to calm the F down.
What is Governor Landry's party affiliation, I wonder?
I can only imagine. Yeah. The last live mascot for the school, Mike the Sixth, because I guess they name every tiger they have as Mike, died in 2016 of a rare form of cancer after attending 33 home games between 2007 and 2015. There is a Mike the Seventh, but he's not brought onto the field for games. He's parked in his cage outside the visiting locker room on game day, like previous Mikes.
What the
That's
seriously, dude.
That's hardcore.
Tigers don't like being at football games.
Tigers are.
I don't think so.
Tigers are largely solitary animals.
I don't think a football environment is
unlike
what they like.
lions.
I forgot Buzz has watched so much National Geographic.
And Tiger King.
The tiger prefers his own company. Do you think you're a tiger?
A tiger prince?
He's got a heart of a tiger.
We're the miners. We don't actually go get some guy with like a light on his helmet. Put him out. You know, we have a guy in a costume, and that's a human.
Yeah.
Republican, by the way.
Oh.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams is continuing his legal fight against the federal prosecutors over the recent indictment against him. In a new filing yesterday, lawyers for Adams asked for sanctions against the prosecutors, saying they demonstrated appalling disregard for the mayor's rights.
Okay.
Adams' lawyers are accusing prosecutors of leaking grand jury materials and other information sensitive to the mayor.
And just like that, a Democratic mayor becomes a Trumper.
Right? Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
It's like, if you're a corrupt Democrat, you become a Trumper.
Right.
Adams is expected in court
He's
later.
got a point.
Right? The prosecutors are against us. Adams is expected later in court today for his initial appearance before the judge in his corruption case. I've got like 2 to 3 more stories left.
We better take a break.
Okay.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got a lot to talk about today. Joanna, don't forget, Queen of Halloween Trivia.
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
KLAQ Haunted House is going to be open this weekend, Thursday through Sunday, 7 to 10, except Friday and Saturday at 7 to midnight, so extended hours. And we're down to one Haunted House of Terror, the one on Montana. So we'll have some tickets to give away for that. We'll come back, get the rest of those stories, and more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show is on the way right after this.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
Planet Fitness today. More when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
We still have a couple stories of news left to go. And we got a couple calls about your Snapchat story.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it was more about like trying to explain it to you. I think people are hopping on that bandwagon.
No, people are talking about like what the app is really for, and I don't know if it's true or not.
Hey, but one thing I do like about Snap is, you know, if someone offers you their Snap or they say, you know, hey, you're on Snap, you already know they are DTF. Like, you already know. You ain't even got to question it. You know, that's what it's for. That is absolutely what Snap is for.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Joanna, is that true?
Yeah. Snap is what you give somebody that you don't want to get attached to, but you just kind of want to hook up with them.
Huh, okay, so I will say.
I don't want you to see like my real life that's on Instagram and all that, but you're allowed Snapchat access.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I think it comes up in Tinder conversations and Bumble conversations. That's usually like, oh, what's your Snap?
Right.
Do you not include your Instagram on your profile or anything like that?
On my Hinge and
Yeah.
stuff? No, I don't.
Huh.
So because
Y'all
Instagram
need to
is
get off the damn internet. Y'all need to go out and take a walk and smell some flowers.
on Hinge. It tells you like to upload your socials and all that, but because I'm on Instagram a lot, and that's like my main form of communication. That's going to be kind of like when you ask for my number.
You guys might as well be talking Greek.
Dude,
How do you get a woman's number? Oh,
do you
never
think
mind.
do you think you are in the current zeitgeist, that you understand all of the current events and like trends going on?
No. That is a negatory, good buddy.
Edgar in our app chat says Buzz's Boomer is showing. Al in our app chat says, LOL, y'all are so goofy today. Buzz is giving off grandma got into edible vibes. My edible vibes. I love it. I'm late as hell to work and I don't care because I'm laughing so hard.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Hey, as far as Snapchat, I mean, those professional accounts, they don't care if you screenshot their stuff. But, you know, it's funny.
Wait. There are professional Snap chatters?
People just as much as a verified Instagram account
like an
or
influencer, yeah.
It's because there's so much money involved, so there's so much money up for grabs. That
I don't
you're
think he understands
incentivized.
us. I honestly don't think we could get across
Where
to
did
him
we lose
this
you?
information.
Okay, what I don't understand is, there's full-on porn for free all over the internet. If you're just trying to see like a side boob or something,
I don't
wish
think
they'd understand.
Side boob.
I don't think that's what it is. I think you're underestimating how much people enjoy connecting. And
There's people who have said you should start like a Patreon where you give listeners.
Oh, are you
access.
kidding me? Did you remember when he when I told him about that? I was thinking about doing a Patreon for stand up, and he was like, "What? Are you going to start begging people for money now?" And I was like, I thought that people do this for content creators.
Let me tell you, I absolutely would not allow it in any context on this show. Like just setting up a thing for listeners to setting up a thing for listeners to give you money.
If they enjoy your content, as a content creator,
nope. It's radio.
Especially
it's
because
free. It's the only advantage
for
we
radio.
have.
You're right.
Maybe that's a bad example, yeah. But for like Nico, if somebody wants to see more of his stand-up, Nico could have clips of his stand-up on his Instagram where everyone can see. But if people want to see like more,
full thing.
Full things, Nico can put that on his Patreon
and you could get access to the full thing.
Full access to that.
I'm against it.
Well, you're against paying for like a side boob, so.
He's against me making
all the
money.
free side boobs you want.
Stop being against Nico making money. Let the man make his bread.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if we wanted to, we could totally run a scam and get people to buy like Buzz sneakers and a Buzz
Buzz
gold
coin.
watch and a Buzz coin and a Buzz Bible. We could do that if we had no respect for our audience at all.
But we love our audience.
I mean, you can screenshot, like, if you send me a picture and I screenshot it, I mean, yeah, you'll know I screenshot it, but I still have that screenshot, so the damage is already done. But I don't know why they don't have it where they black it out. Like, if you try to screenshot something on Netflix or HBO or whatever, you know, they black it out, or, you know, if you do, like, video. I don't know why Snap doesn't do that. They should have that option, at least. I mean, maybe they do, and I just haven't seen it, but I haven't heard of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There is a new app that kind of has a similar model as to Snapchat. Once you take the picture, but the only way it reveals itself to you is line by line, or the message. So it'll just show you the picture, a small snippet of the picture, and you can't screenshot the full thing at any point. Again, Buzz is just shaking his head going, I don't know.
That sounds dumb.
What you're talking about.
Somehow, I'm Gen X, and Alberto's the only Gen... What the hell are you, Alberto? Z.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we...
Oh, Alberto's still
more.
sucking up to you at the point. Like,
That's the dumb app.
It's like
that's the dumb app.
One at a time.
It's like when Megan was here for the first like
Right,
6
she was
months.
so nice.
She was just like sucking up to you and being nice. I think everybody tends to do that when they first hang out on the show with you.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, eventually you'll get over it.
Well, familiarity breeds contempt.
You want me to get into the news?
Yeah, please.
Now?
Yeah, right now.
Like right now.
I'm not going to do this.
Okay, got you. Reading news free online is becoming a thing of the past. CNN and Reuters are the latest outlets to announce launching digital paywalls. Yesterday, both companies announced they would begin rolling out plans that will require users to pay to read news articles. A press release said CNN would be asking some of its visitors to pay $4 a month for access. Later, CNN's executive vice president confirmed they are asking users in the United States to pay a small recurring fee for unlimited access to their site. Reuters also announced it's launching a digital subscription for all users across the globe at $1 per week.
See, radio is free. That's the one thing we have going for us.
No,
in this digital
nobody
age.
wants to make radio, nobody wants to turn that into something you have to pay for.
Yeah, well, good.
One of the doctors charged in connection with the death of actor Matthew Perry is scheduled to enter his guilty plea.
Could he be any more guilty?
Was that a Chandler thing to say?
Yeah.
Could he be any more guilty?
Okay.
Today, did you watch Friends?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that was Chandler.
That was totally a Chandler thing.
Ooh.
Today, Dr. Mark Chavez is expected to plead guilty to conspiring to distribute ketamine. Chavez could face up to 10 years in federal prison.
We'll see how much money we can get out of this sucker.
Right?
Was he that guy?
One of them.
Yeah.
The 50-year-old is one of 3 defendants to cut plea deals. 2 others are likely headed for trial in Los Angeles federal court.
How about the ketamine queen?
Perry, the former Friends actor, was found dead in his hot tub about 1 year ago. Federal prosecutors say a network of suspects provided the recovering addict with the drugs that contributed to his death. And I have no information on you on that other question you just asked.
The ketamine queen?
No info.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Did they ever arrest her? I remember she was.
they arrested
were
her.
talking. They did?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're going to try and cheat the HOV lane system, go big or go home. A driver in the HOV lane in Renton, Washington, tried to pass off a plaid shirt as a passenger. A Washington State Patrol trooper just was not fooled and stopped the driver. In Washington, a first violation carries a fine of $185, with every other fine adding $200 to the fine.
What if you just said, "Oh, I just like to put a shirt on my seat"?
So here's the thing. There is actually a specific law that says if you are found to be attempting to disguise a doll or dummy as a passenger, this is the fine that you get.
Okay, but it was just a flannel shirt over the seat, right?
Yes. But put on the seat. Yeah. It was a shirt put around the top and put down to make it look like the seat had a shirt on it.
I dispute that.
The judge would ask, well, what were you trying to do with a shirt like that?
Keep my seat warm?
Keep my seat out of the sun?
Like how some people put sweaters on their dogs? I do that with my car seat.
The judge would go, you were obviously trying to get around our HOV lane laws.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, well, you
It
sound
didn't
like...
have a head. It didn't have arms or shoulders.
Well, you, sir, sound like a liar. Go to jail. That's what they would do. Mm-hmm. And finally, this one is also for Buzz. Excuse me. Sorry. Alaska's Fat Bear Week begins today after
Oh,
one of the
hell
fat bears.
yeah, Fat Bear Week.
No. They had to postpone it. Don't get too excited. We got a dead bear on our hands, folks.
Oh, no. A fat one?
It was captured live.
No, it's not postponed anymore. It starts today.
Oh, but they did postpone it.
They had postponed it.
Because of the dead bear.
But I'm saying this is for you as our personal fat bear for Halloween. Alaska's Fat Bear Week begins today after a grisly delay.
Yeah.
Just your face. The polls open in the bracket-style competition to crown the chunkiest champion at Katmai National Park and Preserve. You can go to fatbearweek.org to cast a vote for the thickest king or queen. And that's thick with a 2 C's. What?
Yeah.
I thought we had moved past this body shaming of bears.
They like it.
You could have entered at any point. The competition is getting underway following a brief delay after a female brown bear died in a brutal battle with a male brown bear.
Oh my God. What were they fighting over?
That was caught on live webcam at the park on Monday. Officials say Bear 469, also known as Patches, killed contestant veteran Bear 402.
Oh my God.
And began.
What was 402's name?
They didn't have one. But 402 began to eat Patches before dragging her body out of camera view.
Oh my God.
Wait, were
So
they both
gory.
were they both brown bears?
They were both brown bears.
Brown bear on brown
okay,
bear
you know what?
action.
As you,
I didn't know bears ate other
right,
bears.
as our
didn't know that
as our
either.
resident wildlife expert, could you explain that behavior by any chance?
That bear got hungry.
The gruesome incident prompted contest officials to delay their reveal of the tournament bracket from Monday night to last night. Right. And with your news, I'm Nico.
Let's
Look at these chunks.
Oh, and just so people aren't thinking,
Chonk monster.
just so people aren't thinking, I'm just calling Buzz a random fat bear for no reason. It's because a bear is his costume for Halloween.
And it's with love, so.
And it's kind of with love.
You say it with love.
Yeah, kind of.
You're our fat bear.
My bear.
You could be a dude.
My
Give us a
bear
growl.
suit needs to be coming in the next day or two, or I'm going to have words with Amazon Prime.
Hey, if it doesn't come in, you could be some.
Is Nico's in yet? That was supposed to already come in yet.
I could have worn a
You just
sheet.
wear your leather, and people will get the.
You got to get something for Alberto.
We got you cool. So in Midsummer, the scene where they throw the, I guess I would be doing spoilers here, right?
For like a 4-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on
it's
now.
like 10 years old.
No.
No, so it's Ari Aster. Hereditary came out, and then
It came out in
Midsummer.
2019.
Midsummer.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen it so many times.
Right? Me too.
Yeah. Anyway, that scene where they throw the old people off the cliff, and then the guy comes
The
out
guy
with a
with-
gigantic mallet. Nico's got.
Did
we
you
got
see the mallet?
I did.
Yeah.
Can I can't throw Buzz off the cliff, though, can
But well, Buzz is
You
the
can
bear.
try.
I? Buzz is the bear.
We should find some tributes that would want to be thrown off a cliff.
Or off the float.
Off the float.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool.
We just need
Hell
like
yeah.
an old man and an old woman, preferably with white hair, so we can recreate that scene.
Like, I used to live in Minnesota, and there's bears there, which are terrifying. I'm so afraid of bears. And it's like, this is why I'm afraid of bears. Here's the thing. You've never in your life read a news story about a bear that's positive ever. And this is a true story. There was a woman that was camping with her husband, and she was feeding a bear trail mix out of her hand.
Bad
And she
decision.
ran out of trail mix. Yeah. And the bear ate her. Yeah. And that's a sad story, but that's not that bear's fault because we are bear food. Yeah, she was feeding the bear food out of food. I don't blame the bear. I can't blame the bear. You know why? Because if a piece of pizza walked up and handed me a donut, and I finished that donut.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Hello. See if you can spend as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
We're in position.
Come on, let's go.
And now,
This is going to be good.
Buzz. The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
This tipping thing is getting out of hand.
It's getting me in a tizzy now.
We've got to rein it in somehow. I realize you folks in the service industry especially work hard.
I respect
But
you
also-
so much. But-
Aren't groceries so expensive we can't even afford to buy eggs, according to people?
I respect people in the service industry so much, but I do not like when you add your own tip to my receipt already.
Yes. Forcefully.
And charge me for 18%
on a takeout order.
on a takeout order that I went to pick up.
You know what was always really nice was sometimes when I would work at the hospital.
He looks like a hobbit or something.
When sometimes I worked at the hospital, like an old lady would try and hand me like $1 or like a couple dollars as an
take it?
EMT.
Thank you for
No,
pushing.
we're not supposed to. Like, you're not supposed to take those tips.
Ooh.
And I go,
Flight
no,
attendants
thank you,
too.
no, thank you, ma'am. And she would go, no, no, no. And she would put it in my pocket or something.
And she'd be like, take something off.
I don't know about that, but that was always sweet. But yeah, you
I've
shouldn't
seen-
have to pay. You
I've
shouldn't
seen-
have to tip your healthcare workers. You shouldn't have to tip.
probably not.
I've seen flight attendants refuse tips. I don't know
That
if
makes
it's
sense. Yeah.
on every airline or not.
I
but
feel like they think it's insulting. Maybe like you think I'm your waitress.
I'm a professional.
right?
Again, like those flight attendants can make upwards of 75. You had a story, or somebody had a story about Nico, you did. About flight attendants making like 70, 85 grand a year.
It's one of the top jobs to
Without a high school-
without a college degree that you can earn money.
Here's a question: if you go fly on a plane and you slip them a drink coupon for your drink, and you put a 20 in there with the coupon, you think they get upset and
I've
give
seen
it back
them
to you?
say, "Sir, I can't, I can't accept this." Or whatever.
Although they're more like waitresses and servers than anything.
Yeah, they're the same as a waitress, but in the air.
In the air, in the friendly skies.
So mechanics, people say, I've never heard of anybody even suggesting that you tip a mechanic. Concession stand worker. The concession stand workers are working pretty hard, though. I will say they probably deserve $1 or $2, but you're saying at the Diablos game,
not the Diablos,
Chihuahuas.
Wow.
The Diablos too, yes. Even at Cohen Stadium,
they won't
that's
take
right.
cash, only a credit card tip.
You can't even pay cash anymore. You have to use it's cashless.
It's a cashless venue.
So yes, because it's cashless, you have to tip on a card. You cannot. They will not accept cash.
Although, can I say something about the Chihuahuas? You can order from your phone, and then they have a pickup window.
Not anymore. They got rid of that.
Oh,
I was devastated as well.
You know why they got rid of it?
Why?
Because nobody was tipping?
Nobody was doing it. They said that the number of people that would order from their phones and pick it up at the window were just in handfuls every game.
Oh, that would have been the smartest move for anybody. But
I agree. I used to do, you know what? I used to do it. My biggest complaint was the menu was too small.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they didn't have all the things I wanted, but I would love the fact that I would get a text telling me my food is ready. Then I get up, go pick it up while I see, 40 people deep on their lines, and I'm going right to get the food as they're bringing it out to me. It's perfect.
And it had a sign too. That was the best part.
The what?
There was a sign that clearly labeled it. It was like order from your phone.
For
And no
most
one
of my life, I always thought, how on a paper money it says legal tender for all. I forget what the verbiage was, but legal tender. I thought that meant they're required to take it from you because it says right on the money.
Yeah,
this is legal. I guess not.
Strippers don't take quarters.
It
Yes,
says
they
here.
do.
Here's what it says.
They take loonies.
Here's what it says.
In Canada.
This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private.
All. See, it's on the money.
It's on the money. That's right.
Wow.
There's no way the entire stadium should not be just credit card. They should be required to accept
By the way, take
cash.
a look. What do I have? Two fives for tipping when I go eat. I don't have singles.
What is this ancient artifact? I have not seen.
People were responding.
Is that paper?
Some people say, as far as fast food workers, 53% wouldn't tip them. There's a whole scene in Reservoir Dogs where they're going to tip the waitress, and Steve Buscemi, Mr. Pink, does want to. And Harvey Keitel, I think, says, no, Steve Buscemi says, how about the kid at McDonald's?
Oh yeah, you don't tip the person
guy
at McDonald's.
Apparently now they want you to.
What?
Well, I don't know about McDonald's, but Starbucks.
Everybody wants tips.
Mm-hmm.
So fast food workers, I don't know why. The rules had always been no tipping fast food workers, but all right, here's a good one. 51% say they're not going to tip a restaurant worker when you're picking the food up yourself, like curbside to go.
Actually, that's interesting. Ethan in our app chat says, my tipping policy is if I'm standing while receiving service, I don't tip.
Interesting.
So that goes there, right?
That's
Like
a
if you're
good-
picking it up
yeah.
yourself.
I mean,
probably.
bars like that. Do you not tip at a bar?
Yeah, you do usually tip at parties.
All right, so here's a question.
Especially if it's crowded.
Here's a question for you, okay? You go to a restaurant to order food to go. It's not ready yet. So you sit down. You get to the chair. They ask you, would you like a glass of water while you wait?
Turn down the
and
water.
They bring you, oh God.
That's what I do.
What if they don't bring you water?
Well, and let's use this. They bring you the glass of water while you're waiting 5 minutes for your food. Then your food's ready.
Give 'em a quarter.
Are you more prone to tip?
Yes.
Because they just brought you something while you're waiting.
Yes, I am.
I am too.
Give them 25% of the cost of the glass of water.
Oh my God.
Run out to your car. You have a water bottle in
That's
the car.
zero, Joanna.
Okay.
The water's free.
Okay.
On the other side of the equation, the people that most people say always get a tip are food delivery drivers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of the
For sure.
basis of why they're doing it,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Uber drivers, something called an Instacart shopper.
I mean, you don't know what Instacart is?
Something called.
Instacart means, and this is perfect for you. In all honesty, Instacart was made for you. They're people that will do your shopping for you
I
and
like
deliver
shopping.
and deliver
Yeah.
the and deliver the items to your house.
Yeah, that's weird.
I love shopping.
As lazy as Buzz is on a lot of things and would prefer to hire people to do it for him because he does not want to deal with it. Going out and buying things and shopping, Buzz is a big fan.
It's more effort to write it down and email it or however you send it
It's
to
a-
the
a
Instacart
principle
person.
of the matter.
I tried to show Buzz how you could buy on Walmart all the food items you need, and then you just go pick up the groceries from the side.
Yeah.
Buzz is like, why would you do that? Then you can't do the instantaneous. What are they called?
Impulse buys.
Impulse buys.
Right.
That's
And
true.
he's like, that's why I go shopping for. And I go, that's why I'm trying to stop the impulse buys with this.
Right?
So you're a shopper. You like to shop.
All right, so here's my scenario about tipping.
He goes antiquing. Who does that?
Oh wow. Do you
A lot
like?
of people.
Are you also big on estate sales?
I live in the Upper Valley, and those people think their stuff is worth way more than it really is. Like the rich people, don't go to an estate sale in a rich neighborhood.
The answer is he does go. It just depends on. He
Why
goes.
wouldn't you go to estate sales on Sundays? That's bargain day. That should be the day you go. Because
Don't
then
you-
you're trying to get rid of everything, and that's the last day of the sale. So then you can show up on
Again,
Sundays.
I got a Stanley.
I live on the west side. People think their stuff is worth more because they owned it for 10 years.
And you know what? Drive to the Northeast and do those estate sales over there. Would you feel better?
Go to the consignment. The consignment shop's on Donovan. Somebody's already gone
That's where
around
he
and
likes
done
to
all
go.
that for
Yeah.
you. All right.
Oh, okay. So you go to the consignment.
But you do
And
take
you
your
get to haggle.
it's like going. It's like going to the market in Juarez, except you're doing it on Donovan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't jump out of the stall yelling at you to buy their crap, though.
You do take your daughter on Sundays to look at houses and stuff, though. Drive around.
It's been a long time since we've done that.
No.
We haven't done that in a long time.
That's a pastime you don't see anymore. We used to, when we were kids, my mom and dad used to sometimes say, come on, let's go look at houses. And that was like what we would do on weekends. They would drive us around to look at homes.
Joanna, that's a perfect example of when I use a fake phone number, when they make you sign the guest book at the open house. My name is Charles Farquhar. 555-555. 5555. Don't do that for the cash code.
No.
Oh my
no.
God. Padilla just sent me a picture of him filling up at Valero.
Nice.
And there is an add tip screen at the pump. At the pump.
You got to be kidding.
Look at this picture.
Oh my God.
Unless this is like a
Outta here.
unless this is a Photoshop picture, but
I don't know. See, Padilla, did you actually take that picture or did you find it online? I find it hard to believe they want you to tip the
It almost
the
makes you
gas
want to go
pump.
to Valero and just fill up for a couple bucks to see if they're really going
Just
to try to
see
tip
if
you.
it is,
Yeah.
can't believe that.
So I'm at, for the first time, Halloween Spirit store, and I got my nephew's costume. Anyway, it comes out to like $150.
Damn.
Wow.
So
Look
you
at
get
you,
up
big
there.
spender.
They're
Damn.
like, do you want to donate for something for kids? And I said, yeah. And then they said, how much? Leaving it open-ended. I go $5, which I thought was pretty generous.
That's
Oh, yeah.
nice.
That's
yeah.
super
When
generous.
they
Is that
ring
the
it
one
up-
where they put your name on the little thing?
You got to put your own name on there. Ain't nobody got time for that. So when the transaction is almost done, the lady who just heard me say, yeah, I'll- $5, would you like to round up to the nearest dollar before blah, 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 blah? And I couldn't,
Oh, my
normally
God.
I'm very polite, but I'm like, no, you just saw me. I just tipped $5. I'm not going to round up. And she's
The roundup thing
she's
doesn't
like,
make.
some people do. That's not a tip. Unless
Girl, I
at the end
just
of the
gave you
day,
$5.
I mean,
So think about this for a
It's a fly
second.
by night. They're only around for 6 weeks.
Right.
Okay,
Then they
so-
pack up like carnies and leave. Who knows? You don't know where that money's going.
Not
They
to
might just
mention-
split it
yeah.
all up at the end of the day.
Not to mention, say you get a couple of hundred transactions on a busy weekend, right? And they all round up. You're making like an extra couple $100 that day just on the roundup cost.
Yeah.
And think about it.
Yeah.
You're really trusting that these people don't just like pocket the money. I'm not suggesting anything, but look, you're only working like 6 weeks out of the year. I can imagine times are tough.
Yeah.
I'm at the grocery store, and usually they give you the option donate, and then if you push donate, I always push donate. You know why? People recognize me.
You don't want to be that guy.
Buzz Adams was in here,
and he didn't.
He wouldn't even give $1 to cancer kids, so that's never going to happen. So it comes up. And I don't know, this is like an episode of South Park. This cashier was an older woman. Would you like to donate to that? Or, no, it's already on the thing, and I push $1. So she announces, loud enough for everybody in line to hear, thank you for your $1 donation. Every little bit helps.
Your little bit.
Thanks for your one little dollar.
You know, I did the dollar just so I wouldn't get any grief over this, and now you're like...
Shush, woman.
They're shaming you.
I swear to God, that was an episode of South Park a few years ago.
Don't look at me with your rope like that.
You look like Darth Sidious.
Yeah, he does.
After the encounter with the Jedi.
There is no Nico here.
Alberto, what was your tipping story?
Yeah, I had a takeout experience recently at a Chinese restaurant. They spun around the iPad. First lowest option, 18%.
Okay.
Nearly sent me into a coma. And then you can't even like physically go
send me into a coma.
You can't even go in there and physically change it because now you're the cheap guy. Like
But
they're lowering their tip.
It was
taking
to
money
go?
from them. Yes.
And they wanted 18%.
Yes.
As that starting point. So what'd you do?
I hit 18%. I'm a horrible person.
They bullied him
I have
into
no
it.
spine. No
Give me
spine.
your money.
And
They
Alberto's
changed
like,
it.
here you go.
Okay,
Here you go. Here's my money.
For all my life until COVID, 15% was standard.
That was the max.
Not bad service, not great service, just service. You get 15%. It went up to 18, and we all went along with it because COVID, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's over, folks. We need to get back down to 15%.
Yeah. Give me that option for 15.
How would you feel if your doctor was like, put a can of like a tip jar in front of you? Like, come on.
First, they're like, turn your head and cough,
Yeah.
and also look at the little iPad.
Well, that's worth tipping for.
Would you like to round up?
Yes, please.
Here's a call, Steve. Let's talk sports real quick.
Got it.
Hey, Buzz. I'm excited, man, that UTIP moved conference, man. Finally a good conference that UTIP got moved to. I just hope they get the Aggies, New Mexico State, to go with them. And we'll have all three rivals, going at it every season. I mean, I'll go to those games a lot more now. And, I even travel to Albuquerque just to see them beat the Lobos, or go to Las Cruces to go see them beat the Aggies. But you guys have a good morning.
All right, so it's official, and what I want to get to, a couple of weeks ago, I said, do you have sources? And you said off the record. So somebody had told you that this was going to happen?
No,
Or did a few things have to fall into place?
A lot of things had to fall into place. I knew it was in play, okay? There's a big difference between a move being in play and a move being imminent to happen.
And I'm not going to ask who your source is.
Good, because I'm not going to tell you.
I know, I wouldn't ask.
That's perfect. But
Professionalism.
It's Adrian Broadus.
Hey,
Mondo the Monster Medina.
They're tied in. They're tied into UTEP Sports. But listen, this is that call right there. There's a lot of people that feel the same way and believe that now that UTEP is going to be in the Mountain West for the first time, reuniting with their old WAC members that this is going to lead to increased attendance, increased fan interest, engagement, possibly donations down the road as well to help support athletics. So this was a move that had to be made. Staying in Conference USA was doing more harm than good to UTEP because not only were they not winning, but fans had zero interest in teams they were playing.
Let me ask you a question. Did CUSA make any kind of counteroffer to UTEP like they did? They did for somebody else who was going to leave, and they made them an offer, like basically bribed them to stay in the conference they were in.
Right. No, not this time. And there's a reason for that. I mean, if you look at where CUSA is expanding, they're expanding out to the eastern part of the country. They're bringing in Delaware next year. They've got Missouri State coming.
It was a mutual breakup.
Well, I don't say it was mutual. I just feel like as soon as UTEP told Conference USA we're leaving to the Mountain West, Conference USA is like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Hey, what do you think of Gonzaga joining the Pac-12?
It's big news for them because, not Big 12, they're joining the Pac-12.
Pac-12.
So it's good for the Pac's basketball league. Now, that's the thing, okay? You have 5 former Mountain West schools that were all good in basketballs coming over. Now you're adding Gonzaga. That's a very strong basketball league, which also means, now listen, Mountain West still needs one full-time member. Yesterday, Texas State turned down the Mountain West. They said, no, we're not. We're going to stay in the Sun Belt. We're not going to come. But even though the Mountain West needs one more full member, maybe they go for some basketball-only members. Schools that don't have football programs but have good basketball programs.
Like UTEP.
Like St. Mary's. Very nice. Like St. Mary's. Now that Gonzaga left to go to the Pac, maybe St. Mary's, who's another very, very good basketball program, maybe the Mountain West looks to bring them on board to strengthen their basketball league even more. So that could be a possibility. So a lot of things are still in play right now. New Mexico State could still be in play for the Mountain West Conference if they're looking to add another full-time member and want to go there.
Cappy, I have to ask you, Aaron Rodgers, and there's some kind of controversy that did he shove his coach, Robert Saleh, on the sideline? Are you familiar with this?
Shove him. He wanted a bro hug and he wouldn't do it.
Well,
and
that's
then he
what
kind of
he's
stared at him.
Right. So there was an awkward moment, and it almost looked like these two were, Aaron Rodgers and head coach Robert Saleh, were going to square off, like and bow up on each other, right? Here's Rodgers talking about it.
I'm a fast learner, so I, pushed Saleh on the field. Realized after the game, he's a hugger, but he's a tapper. He gives you the 3 taps. That's enough. And we all know people like that. So it's you live and you learn, and you got to adjust on the fly. And I feel like I did a pretty good job at that. When I thought he was a 2-hand push guy, push. Then I realized no, he actually wants a hug, but not a long hug and not a close hug. It's hips out or to the side, and it's 3 taps.
My God.
What a ridiculous conversation they're having about a football player and his coach.
See, that's the beauty of ayahuasca.
Do you want to hear the best Aaron Rodgers clip? I don't know if you have time, but I just sent you a clip about Aaron Rodgers talking about Aaron Jones from the Pat McAfee show yesterday. It's like a 3-minute long clip, so you could play some of it, but it's so good. Aaron Rodgers loves Aaron Jones, and this is what he said yesterday on the McAfee show. Hey, you didn't. You picked the wrong link.
God,
how do you not get to the? I sent you the link. Just click that link right there. No, don't click. Yeah, don't click Aaron Rodgers.
This
Twitter.
is technology.
Click that,
dude.
You're good.
My boomer brain does not work.
Click the sound button.
Favorite teammates, and there's nobody like Aaron Jones. Jonesy's one of my all-time favorite teammates, and there's nobody like Jonesy. I mean, he is a special human. One of them.
You ever called Aaron Jones Jonesy before?
No, that's only Aaron Rodgers gets to call him Jonesy.
Bust it out on me.
We're not
there.
Next time
you see him.
Yeah, okay. I'll
Anybody.
Say hey, Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Okay.
Yeah, go Jonesy.
You got it. See how that goes over.
If he gets pissed off,
no,
it's not my fault.
One of the best guys to be in the locker room with, best guys to have next to you in the shotgun, smartest.
You know who Aaron Rodgers looks like?
Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
What?
He does look like...
No.
Who?
Negan from Walking Dead.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. No? Not seeing? Okay, Hunter Biden.
I see Hunter more.
Be tough, physical, slasher, great hands, but just always positive attitude. I mean, Aaron Jones is, I say this about a few guys. I say this about Kuhn, once I remember. But like he epitomized, I thought, what it meant to be a Packer. Like great in the community, phenomenal teammate. A lot of pride in his performance, pride in wearing those colors.
Yeah. All right.
Nice complimentary stuff from Aaron Rodgers. All right, now, Buzz, I want to get you to play Underdog Fantasy. I love this. In fact, we've got baseball playoff action today with the wild card, football back as well. And I'm going to get you to have some fun with us and try some entries like I'm doing right now. Now, over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. Like I said, I'm going to be having some fun today with the wild card round for baseball tomorrow, Thursday night football. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. All you have to do is head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code KLAQ, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code KLAQ to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Oh, with 9. And don't forget to treat irresistibly smooth and creamy custard. Get Bossed. Boss Tenders, Dogs, and Custard.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
This weekend, the KLAQ Haunted House is going to be open Thursday through Sunday. Gotten a lot of requests that you go on a tour of the haunted house this year.
We should go, you guys.
I thought me?
Yeah.
Why me?
Because you scare really
Because I hate
easy.
them? Because I hate haunted houses?
You have a wonderful scream. I like your scream.
Have you heard it? Yeah, I mean, you have heard it. I think a lot of people have heard it. Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. Let's go.
All right, cool. Maybe we'll do it this weekend then.
Yeah.
KLAQ Haunted House of Terror is open, but we're down to one location, 13900 Montana Boulevard. Now, if you show up this weekend at the Joe Battle location, they don't have the haunted house there.
Right.
But I guess they're going to be giving you coupons.
That's so nice.
If you go to the wrong place.
Nice.
Also, just a suggestion.
Yes.
They should really open the second one like the week before Halloween. Because
they do, it ramps up.
It really ramps up. All right, so we've got the Queen of Halloween, Joanna Barba.
Hello.
With the Queen's Trivia.
Ooh.
Joanna is the Queen of Halloween.
And I am also your May Queen, so.
You are, and you're just our queen in general.
Thank you.
Give us, not too many, but let's do caller number 5. If you can answer the Queen of Halloween Trivia for today.
Ooh,
lay it on us.
I like that. Yes. I am ready.
Go.
Oh, wait, we want
to put them on?
Yeah. Should we put them on first or?
You just get
caller number 5.
Yeah, caller 5.
Why don't you give the number as well?
Oh, yes, and the number.
All right, studio line number is 915.
I see what you're doing.
910-4995. 915-910-4995. Call in if you think you know the answer to this. Okay, go ahead.
Your question is, what movie is the quote, "We all go a little mad sometimes" from?
All right.
Oh, God.
Give me the quote again, please.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
What movie is that quote from? So speaketh the Queen of Halloween. Like, what's the most famous scary movie that you've never seen?
I've never seen.
Yeah. Have you seen Exorcist?
Yes.
Rosemary's Baby.
Yes.
Rosemary's Baby was kind of. I mean, by today's standards, it's kind of boring.
A little tame.
Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yes.
The original or the remake?
I guess
The one with Donald Sutherland?
the one with Donald Sutherland.
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
You've seen
I've
all those?
Yeah.
Let me think of like a
What- I'm
really,
trying to
really
think,
good
what-
one. Yes. Yes, Alberto. Get us a caller. Number 5, okay?
Alberto, honey, get caller number 5.
If anybody like took their kid off Ritalin or something and they got some leftovers, we could really use it around here.
Like, I'm supposed to do something right now, right?
All right, we got him. Caller number 5. He's online too. But look, this is what happened. Before everyone starts laughing,
what is it?
You guys said we're gonna get him on over here, so I was like, all right, they're gonna take care of it.
We can't.
That's why I was like,
we can't screen over here.
Who's on the line, Alberto?
Oof.
Hello. Good news is you're calling number 5. Bad news is nobody knows your name. So would you tell us your name, please?
My name is Martin.
All right, thank you, Martin. Queen of Halloween asked Martin the Queen of Halloween trivia question again.
What movie is the quote, "We all go a little mad sometimes" from?
All right, Martin.
I'm going to try to guess, like Beetlejuice.
Is it Beetlejuice? Hold on a second.
Beetlejuice.
I got something just for this.
Sorry, Martin.
Better luck next time, Martin. But thanks for trying.
Oh no!
Well, I just wanted to say I love Joanna's laugh.
Oh, thank you.
Makes
Yeah.
El Paso happy.
Aw.
Thank you so
Martin.
much.
We all love her laugh.
Oh man, I thought this was going to be an easy one.
Honestly, I'm trying to think of everything.
Like if you watch horror movies, you'll know where this quote is from.
I'll give a minor clue. You'd have to go back a few years.
Yes.
Is it like space horror, maybe?
We're looking at a
All right, we got
classic
Joe
horror.
on 2.
All right. Okay, so I got a great
Name and
schlocky,
everything.
a great schlocky horror movie from the 80s
Okay.
that I bet you haven't seen.
All right.
And it's so bad it's good.
Okay.
Nightbreed.
Nightbreed. Never seen it.
I think the guy who played Michael in Lost Boys, I think he might be in Nightbreed.
Jason Patrick.
Jason Patrick, I think, might
love
be
him.
in Nightbreed.
Nightbreed.
Yeah.
1990.
Yeah.
Have you seen Poltergeist?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to watch, because I just saw the trailer for it, American Horror Stories?
Stories. Yeah, probably.
I think I'm gonna watch it because I've often thought,
I think in
ever
that
since
one-
the second season, this would have been a lot better if it was just like one episode.
Right. And I think that's the whole spiel with American Horror Stories. Each episode is something different.
Here are my favorite. I'm not sure. So Hellraiser. I like the Hellraiser series. Have you
Hellraiser's
seen
good.
those?
Yes.
Puppet Master.
Puppet Master. Seen it.
Wishmaster.
Never seen Wishmaster.
Wishmaster is good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Nico, look at you.
Corny.
Let's
but
talk to
good.
Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hey, good morning. How is it going?
Hey.
You know,
Yeah, it's all right.
it's a little dodgy.
messing
Joanna,
Yes.
give us the Queen of Halloween quote.
What movie is the quote, "We all go a little mad sometimes" from?
Psycho.
It is.
Psycho! Nice.
Wow. Nothing but net.
I meant well. People always mean well. They cluck their thick tongues and shake their heads and suggest oh so very delicately. Of course, I've suggested it myself.
These subtitles really messed up on
Yeah,
this thing.
right?
So anyway, eventually,
He
Anthony
says-
Perkins does
At some point, he says the line.
Fright Night, the original Fright Night.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Chris Sarandon.
Yeah, that's correct. Do you want to hear my impression of the friend from Fright Night?
Okay.
Oh, Brewster, you're so cool.
Nice.
Right?
That is a good one.
Now, what's your impression of Brendan Fraser as the drug lord?
Thank
you to everyone who put in pictures of Buzz as different things.
I love it.
From Vince McMahon with a weird mustache.
I kind of see that one.
To Snidely Whiplash.
No. Snidely Whip, his mustache went out like 3 feet on both sides. Snidely Whiplash. Come on. Dick Dastardly, maybe, but not Snidely Whiplash.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Joe. You are the winner. We're going to wrap things
Alberto,
up.
don't hang up
Don't
on
hang
him.
up on
Get
Joe.
his info.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good thing you guys reminded me. 'Cause I
Everybody
would've
pumped?
messed that up.
If you didn't watch the vice presidential debate, I don't have time to recap it here. Well, actually, yes, I do. I can do it in just about 20 seconds.
Governor Walz, you are first.
Bernie Sanders, Dick Cheney, the folks who missed Dancing with Our Stars, and Taylor Swift.
Senator Vance.
The most incredible people anywhere.
Alberto, turn your microphone off.
Governor Walz, you are first.
Bernie Sanders, Dick Cheney, the folks who missed Dancing with Our Stars, and Taylor Swift.
Senator Vance.
The most incredible people anywhere in the world.
Thank you both for participating in the only vice presidential debate of this election cycle.
You know what I think? I think you talk too much. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, man, we're done.